to a world of thrills, a world of drama, of capes and tights, a world where death is a revolving door. Welcome to the Geek Matrix.
Oh there, Twitch just notified me that we are live streaming.
Awesome.
Right now. Did you guys know that?
I did not, but I also don't have Twitch.
I had the feeling it was happening. I really did.
Yeah. There's something in the back of your mind was nagging at you, telling you that maybe the Geek Matrix is live.
Live. Streaming directly
This
into
is the
your
DC
brain.
Comics review show. That's a little too bleak for me.
Well,
Yeah, bleak. Nah. We took the idea from the
this
Riddler
episode-
and Schumacher's Batman.
Oh dear God. You have to bring that up.
It's the first thing that came to mind.
First thing that came to mind for me was Futurama. I don't even know why. I just feel like that
Because
happened.
Futurama is always the first thing that comes to mind for you.
It is. And to be fair, like The Simpsons, they've done it. They had that episode with the dreams were advertisements. That's when Fry found out he was a billionaire.
Ah, yes.
Yes, that's a good one.
The
You've
only
seen that?
episode that was missing for you is the one where Fry was a Green Lantern.
Oh no, I've seen it.
Wait, it's a thing?
No.
Okay.
that is an episode of Duck
Dodgers.
Dodgers.
The 31st century.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a show
Which,
I barely remember.
as much as I love that episode, it also bugs me that I think he swapped clothes with Hal Jordan, and yet he's in the 31st century, and Hal Jordan is in the 21st century. So,
Oh my God.
it doesn't make sense, people.
Sigh.
He's in the wrong time universe line.
You know what's funny is that we have another instance of that with Hal Jordan this week in our comics.
Oh boy. More like how. Well, we'll get into that later.
We will indeed.
But it does possibly involve Hal losing his clothes again. Or
Perhaps.
having
Something
his
prone
clothes
to do.
Yeah.
Usually that's a Guy Gardner move, but
Yeah.
that's for a different reason.
Which, speaking of Guy Gardner, there is something that we should definitely talk about at some point.
At some point,
Because
why not right fucking now?
I
That's a-
Okay,
figure-
that's episode 229 and go.
Go.
Oh,
Episode 229, don't go anywhere. We're talking about a bunch of comic books, but
yes.
go.
We.
But first,
I imagine we've
Superman.
all watched it. Today
Yes.
was a trailer for Superman from James Gunn, the first feature motion picture of the DC universe from DC Studios, led by James Gunn and Peter Safran.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
It was a masterpiece.
yeah.
It was a fucking good trailer, let me tell you. I've yet to see anybody talk any nonsense about it.
No,
every
it's been
comment I'm seeing is
surprisingly
like
more positive than I
Yeah.
expected.
And to be fair, it is a damn good looking trailer.
Yeah.
It
The
is.
only thing I still need to adjust to is, okay, I love the idea of Nicholas Hoult playing Lex Luthor, and from every indication, it looks like he's going to do a great job.
Yes.
But him bald is making my head spin. It just freaked me out. I was like, "Whoa,
This
Whoa.
is a little too much.
it looks so weird." I don't think it looks bad. It's just odd.
It's like seeing Jesse Eisenberg bald, or
Yeah.
I would say Michael.
Look, I didn't hate
God, not
Snyder's Justice League that much, but let me
I
tell
feel like
you,
I got jump scared by it.
yeah, Eisenberg's bald was a whole different level than Nicholas Holt's. It's
Yeah.
Holt could pull it off. He looks creepy bald. He does.
Eisenberg.
Yeah, I legitimately hope he never loses his
I think
hair.
it's just because when you see Jesse Eisenberg and everything, he always has like long, curly, shaggy hair. So it's odd to see him bald like that.
No, it made him look creepy.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
We're gonna be honest. I think he's usually creepy.
Oh
Jesse
no!
Eisenberg. Like as a person?
I mean, looks creepy, not actually creepy. Just looks creepy. He looks like he's always a little annoyed.
He does have that face. But I also love Jesse Eisenberg. I mean, there's really nothing I've seen him in that I don't particularly like.
Yeah. I mean, everything I've seen him in, I've enjoyed. He's a fantastic actor. He just also constantly looks peed off.
Yeah, pretty solid screenwriter, too. I saw, what was that movie? A Real Pain recently. It was really good.
It wasn't a real pain?
It was not a real pain.
Good.
Not a real one.
It was a real pain when it was over.
Oh, hey.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Comedy.
Ba-dum.
Yeah, I get that.
I get no more soundboard.
Who is the screenwriter? That's okay. We can be our own soundboard.
Yeah. No, it was. I didn't realize it was Jesse Eisenberg. I think he wrote and directed it too. It's pretty good.
Oh! I thought you were talking about the screenwriter of Superman. Is the same.
Oh no! I assumed that was James Gunn.
Yeah, James Gunn, man.
James Gunn and his brother.
Right. So I'm curious who Sean Gunn is going to play in this.
He's the Weasel, and he's who else?
What was he in Guardians?
He was Kraglin.
He's two different people already in Creature Commandos. The Weasel and what? And who, I mean.
I actually haven't watched it yet, so I couldn't tell you.
I know. I still haven't watched it either.
Oh my God, guys, I'm dead ass serious. You do not know what you are missing.
It's killing me inside.
I don't, because I haven't watched it.
It's so good.
Oh my God, wait, what the fuck? Everyone shut the hell up, because there is crazy news. But maybe I should wait until next time. It concerns Spider-Man. And it's both good and bad? I don't know.
Tell it right now. You do not save it for next time.
Okay, well, breaking news. Amazing Spider-Man relaunches yet again.
Oh, dear God.
The creative team of Joe Kelly, which may not be that bad.
Oh, yeah.
Art by Pepe Larraz, which is fucking awesome.
Wow.
But also John Romita Jr., which is...
God damn it.
It's I mean, I
and
don't...
G.I. Robot.
Oh, I thought that was...
Nope.
Oh, wait, no. Alan Tudyk is Dr. Phosphorus, right?
Yep. Oh, and he's so good. He's so good as Dr. Phosphorus. The G.I. Robot is... He. Oh, God, it's so good.
Oh, yeah, but that would also...
But that's exactly what a Nazi would say.
Oh, my God.
It's so good. It's so good, dude. Hello, friend. Would you? Oh my God, it's so good. GI Robot is amazing. It really is. I'm sorry, I'm geeking out. I didn't know you guys had not seen it yet.
No. I know we talked about it last week or whenever it was when the first 2 episodes came out. But yeah, I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Yeah. Also, possibly more breaking news, I think, but I'm not entirely sure, that Tom King's run on Wonder Woman may be coming to an end.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I'm seeing is that...
Man, I wish I had the applause soundboard right now.
Issue 19 is apparently going to be the conclusion of the Sovereign War or Sovereign storyline, which possibly means... the end of his run, or it could just be the end of this story. I don't know. They didn't really specify.
Oh, wow.
Probably just the end of the story.
You fucking clickbaited that headline.
19 issues for one bloody story, Eric.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Detective Comics, I guess, kind of did that too.
Yeah, but...
Detective Comics became its own book and is by design separate in universe. Tom King just did it to Wonder Woman on his own. That's my personal opinion.
And the 19 issues, and to be fair, we're not all 19 issues in yet, but I feel it can still be compressed to 12.
Mm.
There was a few single issues so far that just had no fucking point.
It's very true.
I feel like it could have been compressed to one page, a splash of Diana, where she says, "I'm here to tell you that men still can't tell me what to do, and I'm kind of jelly of Bruce and Clark, so I'm going to sculpt my own baby." Yeah.
Mm.
And then that's the end of the book. That's all that happened.
There's a little bit more, but
Really?
Steve Trevor died. The Wonder Girls had some adventures.
Inconsequential adventures. I forgot about
You're an
Trevor dying.
inconsequential adventure.
I've never been called that before.
Time for everything.
Oh, God.
No.
Anyway, I'm not here to rag on Wonder Woman today.
No.
I interrupted y'all talking about...
I interrupted it with 2 bits of breaking news, if you want to call it that. But
All right,
Superman.
Well, from now
yeah.
on, if you're going to interrupt people with breaking news, you have to start out what you're saying with...
I got a quick question about that ASM news.
Sure.
Okay. Hi, Rob from thegeekmatrix.com. So when can we expect to see that #1 happen?
Oh boy, that is a great question. I think the #1 really it's more of a metaphorical #1. So I think if you look inside yourself, you'll find that you already know the answer to that question. Next question. Did I do good? Did I do spin?
Oh my God, you really
very,
did.
very good. And so I would.
That was
So basically, you're saying
so impressive.
February.
No. Apparently, it's April 9th. So
April. Oh,
got some
okay.
time.
April 9th.
I liked your spin.
Yeah.
Wait, what's April 9th?
The ASM relaunch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Also, this cover, my
You guys
God.
think it's going to be any good? Because that's my birthday.
I was gonna say that's your birthday.
Oh, yeah, I hope so, man. Both for
I
your
mean,
birthday and
yeah.
for the world.
You got Pepe and Joe Kelly, but you also have JR.
Yeah, it's a bit like, again, I don't hate JR, but it does feel a bit like someone baked you a really delicious cake, but they put a little shit in it. So it tastes mostly great.
Mostly great.
Mostly great.
Mostly.
But,
Like
there's still
vegetable
taste of shit.
pasta.
Yeah.
I've had vegetable pasta. That ain't too bad.
Right, it's mostly great. I cracked myself up. Anyway, this whole us talking about things that aren't on the comic review show started off with Rob talking about something that was pretty big, and he said that's something that we've all seen.
Yeah, well, I did say it was Superman trailer.
Yes, and it was
so good.
It starts off with, like, I watched it, and then I had to call Holly and Dash into the room for them to watch it. Dash is like, who beat up Superman? Was it Batman? And I'm like, nope, Batman's not in this one.
Thank God.
He did not like the Batman versus Superman. I didn't let him watch it. He watched that shit over at his biological father's house, and it scared the daylights out of him.
That's all I need to know about the Biodad.
Yeah,
scared the
that's like something I would do if my
daylights
kids
out
were
of 'em.
being bad.
Sit on him. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Why don't you sit down and watch
this garbage?
But I was like, anyway, I was no, but Then Crypto showed up and he was like, he didn't care about anything else anymore. I was like, Crypto, it was cool. And then it was like, who's that and who's that? When Guy Gardner and Mr. Terrific showed up.
Yeah. And Stack Industries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot Girl was there too in the background.
Wait, no, Metamorpho is in this movie, right? Am I
Yes.
tripping? That was
Yeah,
a cast
he is.
announcement, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a blink and you miss it appearance in the trailer,
Yeah.
right?
I still haven't noticed. I still haven't
Me
really
either.
seen him.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it either. I watched it twice and I didn't see him, but I still
Yeah.
haven't had time to go back and scrutinize it yet. So I definitely will. Who else did you say was in the trailer, Brandon?
From my memory, it was I don't remember seeing Metamorpho, but I know I saw Stag Industries, obviously Guy Gardner, Hawk Girl, Mr.
Mhm.
Terrific.
Hot Girl was
Most
awesome.
of the that might have been like the teaser to the teaser trailer, which is ridiculous that they did on Wednesday. But I do remember seeing most of like the Daily Planet staff, so Lois and Steve Lombard and Jimmy and maybe Ron Troop and Cat Grant.
Cat
And
Grant
then,
looks really good.
yeah, obviously Lex Luthor in the recent trailer.
Oh, and I think we technically saw Perry as well.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if that was Perry or
Yeah.
someone else.
And Lois has black hair. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's gonna be hard to watch because
I never envisioned Mr. Terrific's face covering to come up off of his skin. For some reason, I just always saw it as like this two-dimensional thing that just laid flat. And I see that from the side on his face, and it bugs me a little bit. I'm sure it'll get over it because it's just the way I always pictured what I was seeing on the page, you know?
I mean, to be fair, in
To
the
be
comics,
fair.
yeah, that's probably what they were going for, but that's a little harder to emulate in real life.
I pose.
Yeah.
But we
Now I think we
did
need to talk about
turn David Corn
the-
Sweat into Superman, so I
the
mean, you can
elephant
do
in
some
the
shit
room.
on TV.
This elephant in the room is going to be the bowl cut. Yes, let's talk about it.
Oh my
Okay,
god! You
so-
fucking read my mind. You knew exactly
Because
what I was
that
gonna
is
ask.
that is the only elephant anybody's fucking talking about.
Because
is
I
bowl
was
cut.
literally I was
There's
gonna
two
be like,
types of people.
we need to-
People
we
know
need to
Guy
talk-
Gardner's hairstyles and love
we
it, and
need
there's
to
people
talk
that,
about
that
Guy
don't
Gardner's
like
hair.
Okay, so here's the thing.
I don't think it looks that bad.
Oh, I
saying.
like it. I like it. It
And I
oddly
think-
suits Nathan Fillion a little bit.
No, that's what I was
don't
gonna say.
think
Like,
it looks that bad.
I-
It's not
I-
the same thing as saying it looks good.
I'm not gonna say it looks great because I don't think that haircut looks great on anyone.
No.
like, just in
It's not
general.
supposed to.
But
It doesn't
but-
look good on Guy in the comics.
Yeah, but for what they're trying to achieve, and just for like how Nathan Fillion looks, and I love Nathan Fillion. I think it looks fine.
So here is my thing. Did you guys notice anybody on any smartphones? Anything to show that this was like today?
I mean, considering there was a whole lot of action shots, no. But that doesn't mean.
I mean, we saw groups of people and stuff. I'm trying to think here. It's like, is this older? I mean, let's be honest. Even for Guy, having a bowl cut for a haircut is a bit much in 2024.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm wondering if maybe this movie is set in the past just a little bit.
It's possible.
Mhm.
All right, because, you know, I would really like to see him continue to play Guy Gardner, but I really need him to move towards that new 52 do.
Well, good news, because the news has broken that he is scheduled to make appearances in the Lanterns TV show.
Sweet.
With the
Yes.
same haircut, obviously.
I was like, I'm really hoping
Because why
that he...
change perfection?
Exactly.
I really, oh God, it's so hard. Okay, so the thing is that in the comics, Guy never looked good with the bowl cut, right? In real life, it's from what I understand, Nathan Fillion's a really nice guy. And I don't think that we should be doing that to him. Like,
James Gunn gets what James Gunn wants.
I mean, it's Guy Gardner, and nobody can argue. It's 100% crypto. My God, did he do crypto perfect or what?
Yes, that crypto was so adorable. It's a good pupper.
I mean, not even just cute. He was a good pupper, isn't he?
Yeah.
But the just the way that like he came up and was like lick and then was given a job to do and off he fucking went and did it. That was crypto was perfect. My little kid loved it. I loved it. Everything looks great. There's some giant ass light kaiju and a couple other kaiju.
There's going to be a lot of villains in this movie, I think.
Yeah, and like that, it was like a blink and you miss it almost kind of, a blink and you miss it almost kind of other face that was in there. I couldn't tell if that was supposed to be the beginning of Doomsday or...
I could tell you.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just run down the villains I could notice. So there was obviously Lex Luthor. There was giant beast-looking kaiju, some dinosaur-looking motherfucker. There was that giant orb, that ball in the sky that was firing a beam down Metropolis. That was in the trailer.
That's Solaris.
Oh, that is so. Oh, okay, I didn't know that was confirmed.
I don't know if that's officially confirmed, but I do.
Oh, that's what I thought it was.
Well, yeah, I do remember them saying something about like, oh, Solaris is one of the villains that's going to be in the movie because they're because they want to do so much from All-Star Superman, which you know I can respect.
I mean, that to me the orb looked more mechanical, and with the color scheme, I was thinking it was maybe Brainiac.
Mm-hmm.
But Solaris would be cool.
Yeah, Gunn's not afraid to change shit up either.
Yeah.
You know?
We saw some man in a kind of black leather suit tussling with Superman. But we never got a good look at what this man looks like. Mm-hmm. But McFarlane fucked up. McFarlane Toys. There was a leak of figures based on this movie, and it gives you a rundown. And this leak came out like 2 months ago, so it gives you a rundown of the figures to expect. You got Superman, you got Lex Luthor, you got Kaiju, but also Ultraman.
Oh no!
Oh yes! But this
puke.
Ultraman is not necessarily Earth 3 counterpart. It's closer to like Bizarro, where it's a clone or another Kryptonian that takes on the name Ultraman.
Tell me please that it's a clone.
So it's
actually, you know what? Like tell me that what we end up seeing here. Oh my fucking God.
I don't think we're going to see David Cornsweat versus David Cornsweat.
Yeah, that sounds more like a sequel.
Yeah.
So, never mind. I have something in my mind, but I'm not sure if it's accurate or not. But I want to say that Superman 4 was
masterpiece. No, that was Star Trek. Never mind. Which was Superman 4? Is that the one with the sun god?
The Nuclear Man.
I thought that was with Nuclear Man.
Yeah. That wasn't, if I'm not mistaken, that was far from what was originally wanted, and it was supposed to be something much bigger along the lines of.
It was supposed to be like Brainiac or something.
Yeah, like along the lines of a big ass, huge, massive threat like this, and a clone. So it's almost like Gunn's going back and giving Richard Donner Superman 4 that he wanted. At least loosely.
Wouldn't be the first time I heard that. It could honestly be that.
I'm down. Let's see what happens, man.
They have the Donner movie music, the Superman theme song from the Donner movies, and it was like redone slightly, but it was very good.
Very similar Superman costume.
Yeah.
But, all right. That's enough speculation and me getting way off topic because I'll go down a rabbit hole. You guys keep letting me do that. We'll be here until midnight tonight. We got a lot of books to talk about.
Yes, we do.
All kinds of them, in fact. Should we
go into honorables?
Should we go into honorables?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, then you know what? We're going to do that. Now, unfortunately, I'll be upfront with you. I have been working on a little project that ended up being massive, and I've been putting in about 16 hours a day into it. So, got a little overzealous, and I wasn't able to get all of the honorables done. So this week, I am missing out on telling you guys about Wonder Woman 16, Catwoman 71, Batman and Robin Year 1 number 3, Dark Knights of Steel All Winter number 6, and Hellblazer Dead in America 11. All of them but Wonder Woman have been great so far, so I'm hoping that hasn't changed. And Wonder Woman, well, let's say I won't be heartbroken if it's bad. As far as the rest of them goes, I've been telling y'all about my favorite variants this week, but there were so many variants that came out this week, and so many that were good that I'm going to just tell you to go to your local comic shop and look for some. If you can't get them there, get them online, but check the local comic shop first. And now for the issues. Milestone Universe, The Shadow Cabinet number 2. Things get pretty hairy here and the world opens up a bit more. It's looking like I'm going to be disappointed that this is only a 4-issue series. It's really good stuff. 8 out of 10. Jenny Sparks number 5. Pass. The last 4 were so radically unimpressive that I somehow haven't found time to read this yet. Now that one, I felt like it's so bad that I needed to bring it out onto its attention. Jenny Sparks is worse than Wonder Woman. That's saying a lot. Batman Santa Claus Silent Night Returns number 4 is not Jenny Sparks, so it's okay. It's Batman, Robin, Etrigan, Metamorpho, Robotman, Zatanna, Mary Marvel, Mara, Nubia, Green Lantern, John Stewart, Thunder, Heart, Superman, Christmas Amazo, Double-Headed Dragon Squid, and a Magic Chocolate Sprinkled Donut. So,
you just sold me on reading this book.
If I didn't sell everybody on reading that book, then I don't know what is wrong with you. You've got to pick this series up. It is fantastic. I gave this one an 8.75 out of 10. Batman 89 Echoes number 5. It's really good. And if I haven't said it, before, then I'll say it now. And I know I've said it before, but thank you so much for going with Tim Drake and this radically cool blend for his Robin costume. It's fucking great. This is awesome. 8 out of 10. If this would have came out when I was a kid, after the Batman movies came out, oh my God, this would have been my favorite comic, hands down. Green Lantern, Green Arrow, World's Finest Special number 1. Oh boy, I think that this was fun. My compatriots, my comrades, my co-hosts did not get a chance to read this one, but I did. The 2-parters got some punch to it, and I did enjoy it. And the good thing about this is like Green Lantern and Green Arrow, that's a great story. Green Lantern and Flash, that's a great story. The two of them combine into one story. And it's a really fun read. And the best part about it is you don't even have to wait long for the follow-up. It comes out next week in 1980. I had a really good time with this one. An 8.5 out of 10. It took you way too long to laugh at
I fully understand it yet.
that. It's coming out next week in 1980. That's when this book will come out.
My
This,
brain
the
hurts.
follow up.
Like
Plastic.
cheaty in a good place.
Dun, dun, dun. Plastic Man No More #4. Jesus, it's such a heavy book. It is. It's written so well. It's addictive to read. Once I start, I cannot stop until the issue is done, and then I need a breath. It's damn good. It's gruesome at times with what happens to Eel physically and emotionally. What a freaking book. I'm really bummed out that it's over. It might not be over at the end. It does say the end, and there's a question mark, but to my knowledge, there's been no more talk of Plastic Man books coming out. That's a shame. I'd give this a 9 out of 10, and I would give the whole series a 9.25 out of 10. And those are all the those were all the honorable mentions that I read that were worth mentioning. No, boy.
Right on.
Brandon, did you fall asleep?
No, I'm here. Sorry, I'm distracted.
You said what?
I got distracted.
That damn ADD.
You have some idea, probably.
I hear it.
Go on then, play us a song.
Just sitting here picking some things out. All right. Well, I think on that note, we will go ahead and take a commercial break. You guys good for sticking around, or do we need to pop out for a minute?
I need to pop out.
No, oh, actually, never mind.
Well, then, all right, guys, and everybody else, we will be right back.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I guess everybody isn't muted. All right, is everybody here?
Yep.
Let's go back. And we're back.
Hello.
Hi.
We are back.
I've been here the whole time.
Definitely not creepy.
Creepy. No, it's not creepy. It's not creepy at all.
I would have to question your behavior, Josh. Very strange.
Works for college humor.
A lot of things work in college.
Don't you mean dropout?
Yes, I do mean dropout. My bad.
I'm still not over that. I know it's just a rename, but it will always be college humor to me.
What are you massacring in front of your microphone, Robert?
God,
Oh my God.
Joshua, why did you call me? What the fuck? The Optimus Prime's trailer, if you must know. Putting it back together.
Hey, that's loud. It sounds like you're fabricating the motherfucker.
Sorry, I didn't know it was that loud.
That's okay. I heard. I'm like, oh no. I thought it was somebody's. That's. You know what? You're right. You should be doing it then. All right.
Hey guys, you remember when I got that Kyle Rayner figure and we started talking about the booty he's got?
Yeah.
Did y'all know Optimus Prime's got a booty too?
How is that even possible?
I don't know, but look.
Robo booty in disguise.
This one.
He's got some butt.
This one's got wheels like you wouldn't believe.
He's got junk in his trunk. Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. That was bad even for me.
Yeah.
All right, Brandon, now that I derailed your beautiful transition, would you like to
Beautiful.
would you like to continue?
I suppose I can by not questioning whatever the hell Rob is doing anymore.
There you go. Don't question me.
Question all along the Watchtower #2, written by Alex Segura, with art from Kyan Torme. Autocorrect is very cruel to this poor man's name. Colors by Romulo Fajardo Jr. and letters by Willie Schubert. An escaped leopard, a mutilated Challenger of the Unknown, and a damning video. I promise this is not the start of a joke. All spells trouble for TheQuestion. After Ted Cord shows Renee a video of Batwoman seemingly involved in bringing the leopard to assault Ken Kawa, the aforementioned Challenger of the Unknown, Renee sets off to investigate. After getting some info from Nightshade at the Watchtower bar, because how could there not be a bar on the Watchtower considering all the work these guys have to do, she confronts Kate with the video
And who's
next.
doing it?
And who's doing it. While all this occurs, Eradicator shows up, breaks into the armory, and mind controls Bulleteer to get possession of Malvolio's Green Lantern ring. And just as Ken Kawa awakes and spouts some cryptic nonsense towards Renee and Kate, Eradicator shows up to finish the job and kill Kawa. Kate and Renee do their best to hold off Eradicator, but are saved just as Ted and the no longer mind-controlled Bulleteer show up and take down Eradicator. And while the immediate threat has been dealt with, the mystery of who is trying to destroy the Watchtower remains just as mysterious as someone breaks into the Watchtower security systems and disables the Phantom Zone's containment system. So yeah, question all along the Watchtower. Pretty cool. What do you guys think?
Scathing review you left there, Brandon. It was honestly, I'm enjoying this book way more than I thought I would. The Question hasn't always been like my top tier favorite character. I've always been interested in the Question, whether it's Victor Sage or Renee Montoya. but this is just awesome. It's a superhero mystery, and I love it. And it's got twists and turns, and it reads like a noir detective story, and it's just fun. It's a lot of good stuff, and the art to go with it is great. And it's also kind of a trip down DC universe history. You got the Eradicator, you got Bulleteer, for crying out loud. I thought everybody forgot about her.
Malvolio.
Right.
Lord Malvolio's Green Lantern ring. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, somebody read that issue of Action Comics Weekly.
What a
Okay.
deep cut.
Yeah, no, it's a fun read. It really is. You will not be disappointed with this book. Issue 2 is even better than issue 1 in terms of just the flamboyance and fun and mystery and intrigue and noir sense of espionage. It is going to be a 9 out of 10 for me.
Really?
Yes, really.
That's well, I guess we're coming straight out of the gate then. High numbers. Mine's actually not far off from that. I'm really enjoying this title. I've wanted a question book for a while. I think all three of us have. They've not left her alone, so I think DC has wanted a question book for a while too. Which, I mean, thank goodness. There's too many people in Gotham and New York as the next Batman and now the Titans, and that's not going to help her. So give her Watchtower City. That works. Hell yes. The way the story is, I mean, right? The way the story is being framed with these different elements, it's like watching somebody set up dominoes that aren't quite like all the way close enough yet, and there's just these bunch of gaps, and I can't wait till it's fully set up so I can watch them all get knocked down. I want this book to keep going for a while. I'm sorry, is this a limited run?
It is a limited series.
That is so dumb.
Well, I mean, I like, a self-contained short mystery, but I do agree the premise of the question being the Watchtower Sheriff is definitely something that could be a full series.
And considering the huge amount of people that are now living on the Watchtower, it could pull in all kinds of B characters and all kinds of mysteries and all kinds of shit for her to do. It could go longer than... Anyway, I want a question book. I want it to keep going. That's all. Anyway, the art is good. Torme does a great job. There's only one thing that bugs me. No one, not even Ted Cord, is talking about Booster Gold. 8.25 out of 10.
Yeah, shit, that's a good point.
Yeah. No Booster Gold, but there is, as always, a Guy Gardner mention. 'Cause someone's got to get the cheap shot at it.
Yep.
Yep.
You are correct. Is that all the scores?
There's only 3 of us, right?
Yeah.
Yep, that's all the scores.
Okay.
Oh, whoops, son of a bitch. All right, there's the question.
There we go.
What a great cover.
That's
It is.
awesome.
Yeah. When I saw that cover, I'm like, okay, I'm in for a fucking ride. This is gonna be good.
Right?
Yeah.
The
That's,
question versus the Eradicator. I mean, Battle of the Does.
Yep.
Oof. I am the world's finest dad joke maker.
Well, I don't know about finest, but
Yeah. I'm okay.
the world's
not too baddest.
gadget. Yeah.
Not exactly the world's worst dad joke maker.
Sure, let's call it that.
Putting it on a business card. Thank you very much.
It's like the Constantine business card. Petty dabbler of the dark arts.
Exactly. Esquire.
Yeah. So this is Batman Superman World's Finest number 34. I don't know why I'm looking at Josh's image he put up there for the issue number when the issue's right in front of me. Yes, number 34. This is written by Mark Waid with art and colors from Fran Galan. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. There's an accent on the A, but I don't fucking fucking know. Letters from Steve Wands and the cover before you from Dan Mora. All right, so we open up somewhere in space on the planet Altos 9, new hub of the Galtarian Empire. Superman, Batman, and Robin are taking on Galtar, of course, with
Naturally, as one would.
yeah, complete with his golden eye of Agno, and they have a bit of a hard time as Batman and Robin are getting psychically impaled by the golden eye. Superman's able to freeze it shut, take it out. They take down Galtar, take him to attack around Galtos 4, and save the day, with Robin leaving the question of, don't eyes usually come in pairs? Well, if that's the case, Robin, you should talk to the not the Enchantress, the Emerald Eye. Ask where the second one of that is.
Or Leela.
Or Leela, yeah.
Leela, no two eye.
Nope. Except for that one episode, but that's...
That was weird and wrong. It should be struck on the record.
That's all plastic surgery. Now we jump forward to 1 year later. Some dogs are barking incessantly in Gotham City because they see these giant alien spires crashing down into the ground, but nobody else can see them, including none other than Batgirl, who is left to patrol the city alone. Well, not completely alone. She's got Ace the Bat Hound because Batman and Robin have been missing for a few nights and she cannot find them. Meanwhile, in Metropolis, Superman has also been missing for the same amount of time. Krypto is able to wake up Jimmy Olsen, get him to take some Elastalad potion, so they head off together to try and find Superman, but they instead come across Batgirl and Ace. Krypto and Ace, obviously, friends. Right. They are the world's finest super pets. So they are working together with Batgirl and Elastalad, quote, quote, in tow, and they go straight to Arkham Asylum, where they find Galtar with a golden eye, or maybe the other golden eye, who knows, with the prisoners held captive and under mind control. And it was only after Jimmy climbs the spire and gets cut after realizing, wait, I'm elastic, I should not be able to get cut. Pokes his eye in one of the holes and finds none other than Superman, Batman, and Robin. The truth is revealed that nobody can see the spires because of the psychic influence of the golden eye, except for the prisoners on the security cameras in in Arkham Asylum. I was going to say the prison, but it's not a prison. And dogs who just aren't influenced by it. So now the big group of heroes together are able to take down Galtar. Superman sends the spires back into space, and then the day is saved. Ace and Krypto are told they're good boys, and that's how the issue ends. Next issue is Aquaman. And that was a weird summary. That's a weird issue. It's hard to sum up some of the stuff there. It was a fun one, though. I liked it. The pairing of Batgirl and Jimmy Olsen as Elastalad was very unexpected, but I think wholly welcome. Especially with Krypto and Ace. I love seeing those two working together. And was Ace ever actually in a bad costume like that in the 60s and 70s?
No.
I didn't think so. Okay. I did not think so. But it's still cool to see. It was a fun issue. It had some intrigue. I only wish that there was a bit more transparency on these golden eyes. Where do they come from? Who do they belong to? Was the one on Earth actually the second one that was hiding, or did Galtar just thaw out the first one? It was a little odd, but the story was with Batgirl and Jimmy was a lot of fun. For now, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
I think this one was a fun-off one. I think it was Batgirl and Jimmy just as the humans that got thrown in to bring Ace and Crypto together. I think. I don't know. Doesn't matter though. I had a good time with it. Art was good. It was enjoyable. With the next up caption saying Aquaman, I wonder if we're just moving toward non-sequential storytelling in this title. Which, I mean, I guess if it's just going to be like a series of one-shots, that would be pretty cool. Either way, anyway, a fun read. 7 out of 10.
Yeah, no, 8 out of 10 for me too. I don't know, just something as simple about the team up between Jimmy and Batgirl is really fun. But also seeing one of Jimmy's many alter egos is always a nice treat.
Yeah.
I was hoping that we would get Mr. Action, but I'll settle for a last 11.
Doesn't he tell her to call him Mr. Action?
Yes.
That's great.
I believe so. I believe he does tell her to call him that.
Yeah. And then at some point he gets scared of something and she just goes, Mr. Action, eh?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Okay, that one was weak. But here we are.
Absolutely lame.
Absolutely lame. Lame-o. Lazy. Absolutely Batman number 3.
Absolutely, Batman.
My mom said I'm special. Written by Scott Snyder, art inside and out from Nick Dragotta with colors from Frank Martin, and lettering by Clayton Cowles. It kicks off with the flashback of Selina teaching Bruce, showing where he learned some of his moves. Here it's walking a high wire. Selina's willingly homeless, prefers it that way it seems. And he's got a strong support circle made out of little villains. Once criminal comrades, shall we say, shaping the Bruce that we see as an adult here in the comics. We also see something that I wouldn't have expected, the giant dump truck, and I mean giant dump truck, that they made their escape in last issue turns into a giant...
Bruce has just been working on his glutes, all right? You don't have to call it that.
Oh, excuse you.
Laugh a burp out of
Oh
you?
my god, yes. I'm sorry, and I leaned way back. I'm so sorry. My god.
I've never made someone burp from laughing.
Episode of Rick and Morty.
Jesus Christ.
20-minute issue, Marty. 20-minute issue, in and out.
Oh, I apologize. That's what mute buttons are for. Anyway, so that's we see something I wouldn't have expected. His giant dump truck, not just his ass, which also coincidentally would work here.
He's thick all over, right?
He's a little chunky. The one that anyway, giant dump truck. They were in there, made their escape last issue. It turns into a giant battle sports car, and it can drive underwater. They escape the party animals and the GCPD, and Pennyworth ejects before Batman drives underwater to his base. That's not the surprise, though. On the way before ejecting, Pennyworth knows that Roman Sionis is the leader of the party animals. He's pretty sure that he's also the Black Mask, and the Black Mask is too big for him to take down. It's global. Pennyworth tells Batman, that he should meet with Sionis. Roman wants to make a deal with him. He'll give Batman $200 million in exchange for standing down while he finishes his little master plan. Pennyworth convinces Batman to take the meeting, and by telling him and reminding him with some prodding what he would be able to accomplish as Batman with all of that money, he convinces him to take the deal. Like, I guess the money problem that I had with this book is solved 3 issues in. He shouldn't have the money that he does, though. I mean, that dump truck would have cost millions, if not billions, to make. I mean, Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It has a prehensile cape and a dimensional altering bat symbol. But past all the outlandish trademark Snyder stuff, the core of this book is really good. the contrast to who Bruce is and how he was shaped is really interesting. Compared to normal Batman. This offers a more complex Bruce, so not quite as predictable. We won't always see what's coming with this guy. Riddler Brainiac is something else. I like that. And I wonder if we will see his buddies turn villainous. Are we going to see Croc do some crimes? Is Riddler going to step up his game? He seems crooked to begin with. And where the hell is current Selina? When is she going to show up?
Well, I think that's part of the mystery. Is there's something going on with Selina? So I think Selina might be the first one turning to crime. I don't really see all of them turning to crime. I think that's going to be one of the twists of this book, is that the villains that we know them as are not going to be villains at all, except for maybe Selina is probably just pickpocketing shit, or maybe she was arrested, but maybe even she will be turned to be a good, or maybe she's going to be the only bad guy out of that friend group, right? It's going to be a classic Scott Snyder twist.
But he still has something for her, like, I can't quit you.
Yeah, exactly.
I expected a groan from Brandon on that one. But he's not paying attention. He's picking his tire.
I would never. I'm giving this my 75% attention.
I love how
I was expecting you to say, I would never. I'm paying attention to this, and just hear bling. My biggest gripe with this book was definitely the.
I didn't give my.
I was just thinking. You didn't think you're square. Sorry, I interrupted you with the.
No. I asked a question. Like, when the hell is current Selina going to show up? But you answered it. There's a lot of different possibilities. Makes me really curious. Probably she'll show up in the last issue of the 6, if at all.
I could see that.
We'll see.
Lead into the next arc.
It's kooky. It's extreme. It's Scott Snyder, and it's a good time. I'll give this one a 7.75 out of 10.
Yeah, another 8.25 out of 10 for me. Definitely continuing to enjoy this book, but I don't know. I also feel like I'm waiting for the I don't know, not the other shoe to drop necessarily, but I'm waiting for the point when Bruce's friends are gonna turn to the villain side, even if that doesn't happen. Because I think, Rob, you're right that in all likelihood they'll probably just kind of be his allies throughout this, like Croc and the rest of them. But there's still a part of me that's waiting for that turn.
Yeah.
That's always definitely a possibility.
I could see Edward Nygma being like his guy in the chair.
Yeah.
I think Croc is going to be like his voice of reason. Oswald is maybe going to be like, I was going to say like a tech guy, but maybe just like helpful advice, or maybe just not part of it. And Harvey Dent just doesn't seem like that could go that way at all. I don't know.
You're right.
Could be. I don't know. We'd have to see.
Gonna find out. What was the name of that old lady that was at the orphanage with Red Hood?
Oh, Ma Gun? I think it was Ma Gun.
Gun, yeah.
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 Ma Gun's Crime School for Boys. How could I forget that?
Yeah. I really hope that she's a major character in this universe.
That'd be cool.
That would be funny.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome if she was like one of the top dogs in this fucking universe.
Ma Gun.
Fuck yeah. Yes. And like these guys are like his kind of like different aspects of Oracle and Alfred that are just behind the scenes giving him a hand.
Yeah.
And then Pennyworth is like the reluctant orangutan that Hollywood paid to tag along with him in the passenger site. Like, I fucking dig this. This is gonna be a full throttle ride. A lot of it isn't gonna make sense, which I'm not a big fan of, and it's not something I have to worry about with Scott Snyder. But there's just, we're going with because comics for some of this shit. I'll eventually get over it. Eventually.
I'm still not over Batman AF. But...
That's like he's Batman AF. I don't give a fuck. That was great. It's like he fucking bit his lip and threw up devil horns when he wrote that. He's like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
As fuck.
That's so fucking cool.
As a matter of fact, I didn't just want the title to be Batman AF. I wanted the whole fucking imprint to be called AF. I wanted it Batman AF, Wonder Woman AF. Oh my god, that would have been sick. I would have bought it. I would have bought into it more.
Oh, I know you would have.
It more.
You would have been the first one at the comic store.
Yep. I was into this idea going into it, except for Thunder Thighs man here, but
I would give anything, and I do mean anything, to see a comic written by you called Batman Fuck Yeah.
Batman Fuck Yeah. Hold on a second. Co-pilot. Set a reminder.
It's like Kite Man Hell Yeah, but cooler, more awesome, more badass.
Set a reminder to write a Batman story called Batman Fuck Yeah.
I want to plug that into Chat GPT and just see what kind of story they come up with. I don't think it'd be very good, but I think it would be funny.
You know what? Let's see what happens. I set a reminder. We're good.
All right, so besides all those things that was already mentioned, Josh, you did highlight on it, but my biggest gripe was definitely the dump truck. It's one thing to have, he works on a construction site, so he would have access to a dump truck. How he would end up taking that dump truck without anybody knowing kind of bugs me, but then on top of that, he augments it to make it look bat themed. Okay, fine, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
He's an expert welder, okay?
This broke ass motherfucker somehow
built a transformer
enough money to turn this dump truck into a battle tank that can go super fast with propulsion jets that he builds, fucking ejector seats, machine guns that fire out electrical batarangs. What the shit? And then Alfred has
Maybe
to
he's
go it's gonna solve the money problem of yours, bitch. He don't have no money problem. He's got money. He's just sitting on it.
Maybe he's like Jimmy Neutron and he just repurposes a bunch of trash and junk and uses that to adapt his Batmobile.
What is he? Fucking Doc Brown? Like he travels time with garbage?
Exactly.
Fucking awesome.
That would be the way. I enjoyed most of it, but some of it, this issue was just maybe getting a bit too out there for me. So it's getting a 7.5.
Fair enough. Pretty close to mine, actually. Pretty close to mine. I mean, overall, there's nothing really bad about it. It's not like we're putting a hit out on it or anything.
No.
It's
I wonder if this Batman's ever going to come out during the day, or is he only going to stay out at night?
It's too much of a night owl for that.
Owl, you say?
Crickets.
Okay, well, that was the transition to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
it's
sitting here
over.
trying to think of a parody song about I wear my bat
Just
costume
like,
at
oh
night.
god. Put it out his misery.
I wear my bat costume at night, so no. Yes.
Oh boy.
Sorry. Trailed off there.
Speaking of nights and hits and well, maybe not terrible jokes. I feel like Nightwing is certainly more funny than we are.
Or at least
Nightwing 121. Nightwing can never make dad jokes as good as you. He wishes. Nightwing 121, written by Dan Waters, art by Dexter Soy, colors by Veronica Gandini, and letters by Wes Abbott. Nightwing continues his investigation into spheric solutions under the guise of being an investor. While meeting with Olivia Pierce, he manages to clone her hard drive, which he gives to Oracle to crack. As Oracle works on uncovering spheric secrets, Dick goes after the Teddies. He lashes out at first, but then he hears the Teddy sob story and decides he's going to take them in. Helps them flee from the cops in a pretty sick motorcycle chase, giving them shelter at one of his hideouts. After one of the Teddies, Keenan promises to get the word around so long as the Teddies keep the peace. Nightwing checks in with Oracle, who informs him that, based on some material from Spheric's hard drive, Olivia Pierce may be a Gotham villain with connections to Nightwing's past as Robin. Crazy stuff. Issue's awesome. Art by Dexter Soy, awesome. That motorcycle chase, fucking sick. I love the way that Dexter draws like the Nightwing action scenes, just some of the best parts of the issue. But also, I mean, really seeing Dick in civilian mode, you know, where he's kind of going undercover and trying to get in the good graces of Olivia Pierce was also pretty cool too.
Being a little Batman-y.
Done. Yeah. And you know, trying to play up the whole like, oh yeah, I'm here to help the city. Well, you know, he's got his secret motive the whole time. So really cool stuff all around. But the mystery,
we got $1 billion wallet. Want to see it? Yeah.
Flex a little bit, you know.
Right.
That he's had that billionaire money for a little while. So yeah, it just this arc continues to just get better with each issue, and it started really strong, and the mystery continues to build. So I'm loving it. And gave this one an 8.5 out of 10.
Hell yeah.
I just want to point out while we're here, before I get into like the review, this is Nightwing number 121, yeah?
121.
This is ongoing numbering, 121 issues that has been going since 2016.
Oh my god, don't remind me.
This is the 5th creative team?
This is freaky. I was just thinking about this today because I was like, I've been reading this book for 8 years, which is blowing my mind.
It's wild, right?
But in terms of like the long creative teams, yeah, I think this is the 4th because I was trying to think like, yeah, Tim Seeley started off, then Sam Humphries came in for an arc, then there's a couple fill-ins, then Ben Percy, then the era we don't talk about, and then Tom Taylor, and now Dan Waters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So somewhere between like 5 and 7 creative teams.
Right. I'm pointing out that like same numbering. They didn't relaunch every creative team. It's not that hard. It's very simple.
Yep. There was no need to do it for Wonder Woman.
There's no need to do it for Amazing Spider-Man.
I mean, that's like telling Marvel not to put a giant M on their shit.
I just don't get, like, they just reverted back to original numbering again, didn't they? Or no, they didn't. No, it's still.
They don't even remember anymore, dude.
Or some shit. Like,
they have no
back to
clue.
issue 1. Like, Jesus Christ, just go back to OG numbering.
Never happened.
Look, Rob, how the hell are we supposed to make our quota this month if we can't relaunch Amazing Spider-Man with 50 variant covers, okay?
Right.
You shut your mouth. You don't know anything about
trying
business.
to say.
You know what would be more cool than issue number 1 with 50 variant covers?
What?
Issue number 72 with 50 variant covers, but call it a special issue.
Why don't you tell that to Tom Brevoort?
Or why don't they do this? Amazing Spider-Man never ever loses its legacy numbering. It just keeps that. And then the new creative teams coming on to do a new story get like it's like denoted at the bottom. Like this is issue 1 of Spider-Man arc. You already read this before.
That's
I wish.
numbering the arcs.
That's numbering the arcs, yeah. But then that arc can give that one a fuck ton of variant covers.
Yeah.
It's still a number 1, and we don't lose the legacy number.
They could get a new number 1 multiple times a year.
Yep.
Ugh.
without losing the legacy numbering.
Exactly. Amazing Spider-Man number 872.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man number 873 would be number 2, and so on and so forth. Until Amazing Spider-Man number 876, number 1.
Exactly.
Yeah. I like it.
That's obviously what you should do.
That's honest. It's what you should do. I mean,
It's
stop
the
it.
only thing that can work now. The compromise is there. Everybody's happy.
Giving a title that's been ongoing a new number 1 just to appease the creative team or to signify that there's a new arc happening is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
There's nothing that could ever change my mind about that. It's a continuing book, then keep the number continuing. It's like trying to teach a fucking third grader. You're trying to teach them to count to 100. They get to 74 and they decide they're going to start over again. That's not how this shit works.
Well, they start over again, but once they get to 26, they decide to change it to 100.
Right? Yeah, exactly. We're going to go back now.
Yeah, so it's like
No,
oh, okay.
no.
Let's say you were you and Dash were counting, right? You
Yeah.
got him to count to 75, and then after 75, he went back to 1, and
Yep.
then once he got to 25, because it's a special issue, we're gonna go back to 100. But after 100, we're gonna go back to 1.
Honestly, do you know what it's like having an autistic child? Sometimes that's exactly what it's like having an autistic child.
Oh.
And I can't help but wonder if maybe like they should hand out, like Adderall in the Marvel corporate offices. Get some of that ADHD in check, guys.
Oh,
I
God.
mean, holy smackerel.
You made me think about something. With my new job,
Yes.
I need to, every time I start a new task, I need to count 50 sheets to weigh it out and measure it, right? So
Sure.
it's happened a few times where I start counting the 50 sheets, then my hand slips and I dropped a load of sheets I'm already at. I'm like, oh shit. I think I was at 27, but now I got to start over back at number 1. So what if Marvel editorial is just like, okay, we got a new creative team coming on. What issue are we on? Shit, what is it? Fuck it, new number 1. We don't.
1. Okay.
They can't be bothered to look at the issue that came out last month and figure it
right.
out. They're like, we don't want to do math. Just new number 1.
Somebody's been steadily increasing their microdosing since day 1 of the pandemic. And numbers no longer mean anything, man.
The numbers are on the walls, man.
Oh boy.
Remember, they all say
Have you been
1.
taking acid again?
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 That would mean
heard
I
me.
stopped. So I'm kidding. You're like, well, I wonder why your brain don't work, Murray. Oh, Rob. Okay, did you give your score on Nightwing?
No, I haven't even fucking talked about it.
Oh. Well then.
I just saw it. I don't know. I got distracted by Brandon sharing an article that had the
Oh,
title,
yeah.
"We're taking everyone down with us." And now I'm just fucking curious.
Oh, yeah.
Will.
I
This
just saw this new announcement.
this issue was very interesting. I'm liking the arc. Um, I just like I'm gonna be honest with you, and Brandon's gonna hate that I'm saying this.
I'm gonna hate
As
what
much
you're
as
saying.
I'm enjoying it, I kind of miss Tom Taylor's run.
I hate you.
I don't know, Tom
It's
Taylor's run had a
definitely
bit
a
more
different.
grandiose stature to it. This one, it's the second part, or maybe it's the third part. I don't remember now. But it's good. It's not bad in the slightest. I'm really enjoying it, but it doesn't have like the first story arc feeling. Like a new car smell. It doesn't have new run smell. It
That's
feels like
fair.
yeah.
But
It
do we
feels like we're halfway through the run, right?
need that though?
I don't think we need it. It's just my personal like feeling about it.
Preference?
Yeah.
I want it to feel like something new.
I mean, like I said.
Tell
when
me
we
lies,
talked about
tell me sweet precious lies.
when we talked about issue 119, which is the start of this arc, like it very much is still dealing with, well, I mean, not dealing with plot threats from Tom Taylor's run, but certainly still has like residual characters from Taylor's run, which I didn't mind because it felt like the transition between the end of that run and this run felt seamless enough that I was like, okay, cool. Like we're still keeping some of that stuff going, but we've got a new arc, we've got a new villain, we've got a new kind of Bloodhaven. So I was happy with that. But I hear what you're saying in that it doesn't feel like a complete fresh start. Like Nightwing is kind of basically doing a whole new thing than he'd been doing for the previous run.
Yeah, I don't need 100% new. I don't need something brand fresh, spanking, like forget the complete previous run. It just feels like the next chapter in Tom Taylor's run, even though it's written by Dan Waters, right? It doesn't feel like it has a Dan Waters spin to it yet. It feels like Tom Taylor written by Dan Waters because it's spinning out of stuff that Tom Taylor wrote. It's not like I like it when a new creative team takes it on where I love that image of Nightwing. Oh my god, Haley's adorable. When a creative team will very much make it their own while also acknowledging the run that came before it and maybe taking some stuff from that and spinning out of it, but not 100% like, okay, we're just taking everything that came out of that and we're going to run with it, right? It doesn't feel like Dan Waters had ideas of his own. It feels like Tom Taylor's run gave him ideas and he's spinning out of that.
Yeah.
Right. And I could be 100% wrong and I could just be grasping at grapes, but that's just how I'm feeling about it. And it just feels a little off. But it is, again, don't get me wrong, an enjoyable read. It just has a weird feeling to me. It doesn't have that, like I said, new run smell.
I don't have a problem with someone coming in, especially somebody that's talented as Dan Waters, coming in and going, you know what? I could do something with this.
Yeah.
And that's where that natural progression feel comes from. I actually appreciate that.
No, I mean, I feel like some of the best runs have done that. Like the example that always comes to mind is when John Hickman took over the Fantastic Four. Oh my god.
Frantic Four.
Frantic Four. I'm trying to frantically not fuck up my sentences.
It's like
Miller,
we're gonna make a schizophrenic 7 next.
Yeah, when Hickman took over after Mark Miller, there were like a bunch of plot threads that he had to deal with from that previous run that were then folded into his run, but became some of the most interesting and iconic parts. Like the Valyria being a secret genius, that was a Mark Miller thing. Yeah. And that basically, became a huge character point throughout that run. So I don't necessarily think it can be a bad thing if it's done well. Yeah. And I get the same impression here, but I do hear what you're saying in that maybe it doesn't feel like it's uniquely his own take or something. Like it feels kind of similar to Tom Taylor. I definitely see the difference between how Dan Waters is writing and how Tom Taylor's writing, but I can understand where you're coming from.
Just word of the wise, Josh. Russell is with his girlfriend. That's why he's not.
I'm aware.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going. No, I get what you're saying, Brandon. Maybe like I said, it's really just me. I'm not expecting anyone to hear what I'm saying in this regard and take it to heart. Like, do not take that as a negative. It is really just like my personal feeling about it. And like I said, it's still
Wrong.
What?
It's still a really interesting read, and it's got some very emotional moments that I really appreciate coming out of Dick Grayson. And that's honestly one of the things that always drew me to Dick Grayson as a hero, and even more so as Nightwing when it became his own as an adult. He kept that emotion. So it's going to get an 8.5 from me.
Wow, you really hated this issue, didn't you?
Yeah. Stand it.
Can't tell you how many times I've heard like Rob go, man, like, all right, so this wasn't bad and this wasn't bad, but then I kind of didn't like this, and this, and this, and this, and I really didn't like this and this. 8 out of 10. It's super nice.
I didn't dislike it. I really liked it. It's good. I just had a weird feeling about it.
Yeah, no, I completely understand what you're talking about. Me, I thought it was pretty interesting. Dipping back into the past, we've seen that a couple of times with alt universe and backup stories, getting into Dick Circus past, and to my knowledge, they've all been pretty damn good. So sign me up. I'm curious where it's going to go next. I'm also curious if we're going to be given the name of somebody new for Piers, or if it will be attached to some random old character. I really hope that it's some random old character. I'm all about bringing back like some kind of deep cut character, and that would be awesome. Either way, this
Silver Age Robin stories. See if maybe there's a connection there.
yes.
No, low key, I was for a second hoping it was going to be like Defacer because I really liked that whole story arc.
Damn, I missed Defacer.
Yeah, right? That was such a good time.
That's like the one time I think I ever saw people in agreement that if Dick was not going to get back together with Babs, it would be fine with her, fine with him, with Sean.
Yeah. And it was like a Romeo and Juliet thing. Like, I'm a hero, you're a villain, but we can help you. I can fix her. You can't fix her. And it's just, oh my god, it was so good. But
for a guy that has done
gym,
for a guy, and I'm sitting here talking about him like he's a real dude, but I mean, I grew up with this guy. For a guy that has done everything in his power and proven so in his general disposition to not be Bruce Wayne, he sure turned into Bruce Wayne. He's just doing a better job of it.
Villain at one point. I mean, come on, it's practically a rite of passage.
Yeah. Except Superman.
Apparently.
Except that one time, but we don't talk about that one time.
We don't talk about that one time. Not that one time, anyway.
He was drunk. Wasn't his fault.
Right. And everybody signed NDAs anyways. Speaking of which.
Yeah. One thing's for sure. You can't be afraid of the unknown.
I think that might be really loud.
No, you were fine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now you're way too quiet.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Turn down.
Yeah, I don't know why you fucked with shit. Don't stop fucking with shit, Josh. It was fine.
Shit.
My mic yelled at me.
Fucked.
It flashed red at me.
Well, tell your microphone to stop being angry.
Stop being angry. All
Did
right,
it
is
work?
my volume back to normal?
No.
No?
No.
How about now?
Ah! No.
There we go. That's better.
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's better. It's better. I was joking about that. It's not that loud.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine. It's a more nominal level. Right. So we were talking about being afraid of the unknown,
Indeed, we were.
and when you're
I don't
afraid
know
of the
anything about being afraid of the unknown, but I do know a little
Boot.
bit challenging the unknown.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're afraid of the unknown, you should challenge the unknown. And I regret this transition. That was cheesy as fuck. This is Challengers of the Unknown #1, a book I'm very excited about.
Straight
yeah.
to the top. Why did I get
That's
Eye of the Tiger
Challengers
coming in
lineup,
my
too.
I cannot hear Eye of the Tiger without thinking about that one episode of Supernatural. That made Jensen Ackles the greatest man alive.
Oh my god.
But yes, Challengers of the Unknown, issue #1. I'm very excited about this book. I haven't been overly vocal about it, but I'm a pretty big Challengers of the Unknown fan. So I'm ecstatic that this is here. Oh god, yeah. I've
I
not
had
read
no idea.
everything, but I really like Challengers of the Unknown.
Hell yeah.
Well,
like,
you are a big Cosmic fan, aren't you?
Exactly. Full disclosure, and like laugh at me if you want, but I don't give a shit.
Okay.
This my
Sure.
love of Challengers of the Unknown stemmed from my first introduction to Challengers of the Unknown with Amalgam Comics.
Really?
Challengers of the
Okay, hold on.
Fantastic.
Wow, that is funny. And I would
Yeah.
not judge you for that because that's awesome.
Yeah.
Is that when I'm supposed to laugh?
I don't know. But like I remember because that Amalgam was what, like 96, 94, something like that. So I was a kid.
Let's go with like 94.
Yeah. Well, because there was the first, there were like 2 Marvel versus DC events, right? I can't remember if it was the first or the second round when they actually did the Amalgam Comics, but I want to say it's 1996, like 80% sure.
Well, they did 2 rounds of Amalgam Comics.
Yeah.
Oh, was it 2 rounds?
I thought it was just the
One.
actually, let me see.
I'm almost positive they did.
There's
more
Marvel
than
versus
Amalgam.
DC, and there's Marvel versus DC like Access or All Access or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, there was. I think there was like 2 separate years. They had it.
Yeah.
I remember they had like a voting competition where they had like certain heroes square off, and they had people write in and vote who should win, and it was like a tournament bracket or something like that.
I mean, that's the Marvel versus DC stuff, but I was
Yeah.
talking. You said the
Amalgam. Yeah, but like Amalgam kind of spun out of the event that was going on.
Got
Pretty
it.
sure. Yeah. But yeah, so like as a kid, Amalgam, and my dad was picking up some issues here and there, and there was Challengers of the Fantastic. I'm like, because I was like
The
still
hell's
learning
that?
stuff, and I was like, okay, there's Spider-Man and Superboy, and that's cool, and that's Batman and Wolverine, that's awesome. This Superman and Captain America, that's cool. This Fantastic Four, and who the fuck are these people? And obviously, I didn't say that because I was like 5, but I went to my dad and like, who are the Fantastic Four combined with? And then he explained the whole Challengers of the Unknown thing. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's like the
Right.
DC Fantastic Four, and I love the Fantastic Four. And then I learned more about it, and like, yeah, these guys are cool people.
Yeah, like the DC Fantastic Four, except for
The
one
Terrifics.
key difference.
There's more than 4.
And these
And they
guys
don't have
fix
powers.
their own toilets.
I don't know. Ben Grimm looks like he could fix a toilet or 2.
Yeah, you think he can get his hand back there behind the tank to do it, though?
Yeah,
No,
he's the
sir.
one that broke it.
Reed Richards has to do it all, and you know it.
Reed Richards is too busy in his lab. Like, sorry, Ben, I'm splitting atoms.
He reaches over and fixes it with his toe while he's working on splitting those atoms.
Jesus. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. He can, like, stretch his eyeballs out of his head and use them as binoculars for some fucking reason.
I'd always make Franklin do everything.
Franklin will just go,
No. Even though he could probably do it in a second because he's omnipotent.
That's what I'm saying.
exactly.
It's just like, toilet fixed.
Again? Come on.
He's a
Uncle
teenager.
Ben,
He's gonna
stop
complain
doing
about
that. Exactly. I'm not fixing your toilet again.
No, Dad, I'm too busy. I don't know.
Tell Uncle Ben to stop
to
using the
buy Uncle Ben.
porcelain toilets.
We got him a steel one for a reason.
Damn it, I'm tired of this.
God. Okay.
Do you know what
Fucking
you're
A.
doing to my video game streaming career?
Okay. Focus. Woosa. Okay. Challenge of the Unknown number 1. This is written by Christopher Cantwell with art from Sean Izaxi, colors from Romulo Fajardo Jr., and letters from Hassan Osmane Al-Hau. With the cover in front of you from Mike Diodato Jr. and is that a D or an O? Hayao Canola. I think that's an O. It's really hard to tell with this font.
Before you carry on, the cover says it's Diodato, but I don't believe it. There are 8 people on here and only like 8 abs showing.
Yeah, he toned it down a little bit.
Yeah. It's true fact. He posed for all 8 of those people.
Even June Robbins and Wonder Woman, which
Wonder
is
Woman.
surprising. I don't know how he got his body to move like that.
He even got like a rope and pretended to like swing out of. He actually swung outside of a building.
He actually swung. Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
to achieve the Wonder Woman pose, he had to create an 8-foot wide slide in his living room, and he slid down that himself. Yeah. Strangely enough, it was the only pose he only had to do once to capture perfectly.
All artists had that.
And why aren't there any abs? Why? Because he did it in his pajamas.
Another true fact, Mike Diodato Jr. came up with the idea for this cover one day when he tripped over his coffee table, conveniently as his camera was taking a picture of him, and that was the inspiration for 5 of these characters.
I thought you were about to say Mike Diodato came up with the idea of abs, and I would have completely co-signed you.
I would have. Yeah, like,
abs created by Mike Diodato Jr.
Yes. Fun fact. The abs, like the abdomen region on your body, was created by Mike Diodato.
Yes.
I bet you didn't know that, but you know now.
Was not God. It was Mike Diodato Jr.
The more
not
you know.
Biology, not evolution. It was him.
It's just Mike Diodato. He was like, you know what, Spider-Man? You know, Mr. Lee. You know what Spider-Man needs? He needs abs.
What?
Yeah.
He needs abs?
Abs.
That will make everything
what
better.
are abs? Well, you see, Stan.
See what, Stan?
Like Spider-Man's cool, but he would be cooler if he had abs.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god, that's it.
Yes, that's what we've been missing.
That's
Abs.
what we've been missing. And that's
Matter
what's
of fact,
running
and
episodes
you know,
selling it millions.
you can say no if you want, but what if we just started calling him Ab Man?
Why'd you sound like Jack Nicholson?
It's like that and Joe from Family Guy. I just slipped into him. It's weird.
What do we call him? Ab Man. Yeah.
It's like, oh, the madman.
We need to get you some sunglasses and you're like a shoe.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I need to see this.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Nicholson,
Jack
live
Nicholson.
in the flesh.
Don't get the fuck out of my way so I can watch my Lakers. I'm gonna get up and kick your fucking ass.
You sound like the Robin Williams impression of Jack Nicholson from Aladdin.
Well, hey, you know what? If I sound like the best impression,
That's a good thing.
That's
a
a
very
good
good
thing.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
That was really well done. Holy crap. One of the best Jack Nicholson impressions I've ever seen. Woo. Okay. One day I'll start this issue.
One day. But that's
One
not
day.
today.
No, because we're going to keep fucking cracking jokes. All right. Challenges of the Unknown.
You want to do your fucking job, Bob? Huh? You know you're my favorite, right?
Oh, God. I'm pleading with you to stop. I'm not going to be able to. Oh, God. I'm practically crying. Oh, shit. When they said challenge the unknown, they did not mean this.
challenge to summarize this book. Challenge to finish this issue.
Okay. Challengers of the Unknown are on the Watchtower. They are the quote unquote, as per you might have heard in the question all on the Watchtower, kind of like the police of the Watchtower. Investigating what's going on because nobody knows the unknown but them. They are the best at investigating things that they don't know what to investigate. They've figured things out because they are the challengers of the unknown. Funny how that works. Mr. Terrific
little known fact is the Challengers of the Unknown are actually the grown-up versions of the Magic School Bus Kids. They've been doing it since day one, yo.
God, but that means
Sorry.
Red is fucking what's his name with the glasses and the red hair.
Oh, I can't remember their name.
And I don't like that. Like, they could not be more opposite people.
It is what it is.
Jesus Christ. Prof is just Miss Frizzle after
Miss
sex
Frizzle.
change. Anyway. Okay, Josh, I need you to not.
Muting.
I need to get through this fucking book. I had an idea to summarize it like easily, but it's like going out the fucking window now. Okay. Mr. Terrific is the team leader of sorts, doling out missions for the challengers, and the mission he has for them now is to investigate these new anomalies that have popped up across the universe that have spun out of Darkseid's explosive death. Darkseid Anomaly A is on Mars with some weird rock formations that have appeared out of nowhere. Darkseid Anomaly B is in the floor of the ocean, emitting some weird radio signal, and Aquaman is standing by there. Darkseid Anomaly C is on Dinosaur Island, where there's rumors of some prodigy level intelligence. Swamp Thing is standing by there, and in deep space, somewhere near Neptune, some asteroids have appeared that have begun emitting bioelectrical signals. This is Darkseid Anomaly D. Captain Comet is investigating there. So Mr. Terrific has split the challengers into different groups who will be accompanied by different members of the Justice League to investigate each of these anomalies. And the first anomaly that will be investigated is the one on Mars, where none other than Ace pilot Ace Morgan will be joined by Superman to head to Mars. They head there, investigate the rock, find out that it is virtually indestructible, except Ace has the idea that he asks Superman to use his heat vision on a single ion, and that is what is able to cut the rock. So they get a sample, but not before Ace looks into the rock, sees a reflection, and then gets a vision of another world where he ended up with Hal Jordan's Green Lantern ring instead of Hal. And then has a mental battle with various versions of himself. Ends up with a big migraine and a bit of a nosebleed. But Miss Martian and Superman get him back to safety on the Watchtower, where he's recuperating. Then Mr. Terrific pulls Superman aside and says, I need you to vaporize this sample and then go back to Mars and vaporize the rest, because these Darkseid anomalies are getting a little bit too much. They're not just weird occurrences beyond the walls of the Watchtower. That he also believes anomalies have also manifested within the challengers themselves. That is where it's to be continued. Let me preface this.
Are you leaving that cliffhanger off on purpose?
To be continued? Yes.
No,
That
the
was-
last panel of the book
that
where you see Superman.
yeah, with the red eyes, he was heat
Yeah.
visioning the Rock.
Oh, he still was?
Well, Mr. Terrific told him to destroy the sample, so he turned on his heat vision to destroy the sample.
Okay. Missed
At least
that.
that's how I took it. I know what
I
you were
didn't
getting
think
at
that. Yeah, thinking
because I also had that thought, but I thought that's kind of weird.
that he'd already been affected.
Yeah.
Only
I
one
don't
way to find out.
Yeah, next
Stay
issue,
tuned.
hopefully. Right, so I will preface this with a sentence that I think Brandon might also agree with, that for a Christopher Cantwell book, this is damn good.
Oh, yes, I would agree, but I would also
He said
remind you
Christopher
that
Cantwell.
first issues can be
Jeez.
deceiving. Because
Yes.
I remember
Ooh,
feeling
ouch.
a similar way about Iron Man #1. And then the
Yeah,
rest
so
of
did I.
it.
So
It's
did
always
I.
like I see that name and I bite my tongue and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
when is it gonna? When is it gonna?
I
when's it
need
gonna
to
change?
look up what else has Christopher Cantwell written.
A lot actually.
I mean, he must have, because like I know the name and I can't think of anything that he's
Also,
written,
like-
so he must be from a bunch of other
He
publishers.
created some TV show that I'd never heard of, but I think was popular. I don't know. But I know he did that run on Doctor Doom. I don't know if you ever read that.
Oh, okay.
That Superman
Interesting.
story in Brave and the Bold. I don't remember what it was called again.
I'm not sure, man.
And
I forgot you had a guitar in your lap, and I'm like, what the fuck is that mouse noise in the background? No, I'm just glad that nobody's sitting there with a mouse sitting behind their
Oh.
microphone that you don't know about.
but yeah, I mean, well, yeah,
Didn't even look it. He was
most
writing
recent-
Plastic Man No More.
Yeah, no, I was about to say.
Oh,
most
is that what it
recent
is?
example, That was Plastic Man.
I've been sitting here reading it. That's why his name is so familiar to me right now. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I mean, Plastic Man No More is like, for minis, for Black Label minis, it's one of the best of this year.
Okay, I trust you, but also this is the same creative team that did the Hellcat miniseries, and that like went completely off the rails after the 3rd issue.
Yeah.
But
Which you think would be hard to do because
this praises
it's
book
Patsy
for all
Walker.
4 issues, so I have more faith in it than I do Hellcat.
Yep. He was like walking into DC, and they're like, "So what happened with the Hellcats thing?" And he was like, "Well, I got booted off of it because I went
I
a
didn't
little
get
off
to
the
finish
rails."
some plot threads from Iron Man, so they let me combine Hellcat.
Yeah.
He said, "Well, okay, I can work here, but I'm going to need a title where I can go off the rails with." Challengers of the Unknown
there you
is a
go.
title that he can do that with.
Yes.
Exactly.
Is this a limited run title? I'm assuming, yeah.
I'm assuming it is too.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I think a lot of these might be. Which is a shame. I really hope this could get an extended run, but it does feel like it has a shelf life in terms of story. But I'm enjoying the ride so far. The first issue was fantastic. If each issue that we get going forward kind of follows the same like story beats, I think we could be looking at a decent run here. But we'll have to see. The first issue, like I said, was really good. The art was really good. It was cool to see all these characters back together, and working with Superman so closely was nice. Mr. Terrific just seemed a little overly suspicious of things, but with all the shit that's going on, I kind of don't blame him. So,
Mr. Terrific has had a hell of a 2-year run.
yeah.
I mean,
Really has.
I'd be surprised if that dude trusts anything.
Yeah.
Also, and Rob, you may be able to remember this more than I could, but I mean, I kind of remembered this, but mostly from Justice League: The New Frontier. But I knew that Ace Morgan and Hal Jordan were like friends at one
Right.
point. But I didn't know if that was an in-continuity thing. Do you know how long that's been a thing?
I honestly don't remember.
Okay.
I remember that from
it had to
from
have been a
New Frontier as
long
well.
ass time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it might have even just been like a retcon thing.
Maybe, yeah. Because I liked the idea of it in New Frontier, but I didn't remember it from anywhere else.
Yeah.
I also think I also think it's worth bearing that prior to him having those visions of him becoming a Green Lantern, Superman actually said to him that Hal told him, "I don't know why I got it instead of Ace."
Yeah.
Or
Which is
Ace
hell of a
should have been the one
recommendation.
to think. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And you could see the look on Ace's face, man. That was drawn perfect.
Ace
It
always
was like,
thought he
yeah,
was
I
the better
fucking
pilot.
know.
Yeah. Imagine the life I could have had.
I could have been a Green Lantern.
I'm not going to go too deep into it right now because we still have a few more books to cover, but I'm giving it a 9.25 out of 10.
Boom.
I really
Nice.
like this first issue.
Yeah, 8.5 out of 10 for me. I love the Challengers. My first introduction to them was not like Rob through the Challengers of the Fantastic, though I wish it was. It's nice to see them having their own story again. And I'll say it, because I know they did that new Challengers book during the New Age of Heroes, which was okay. It's nice to see the classic lineup.
Decent. It is.
It really is. I don't know. Maybe that's fan service or whatever, although I don't know how much fan service.
No.
The unknown, but no, it's
No.
just cool to see them have Alex and Alex and Red and Ace and June and all that stuff. Like it feels very classic, and I like that.
Well, I mean, to me, not bringing back the original team, unless the whole initiative is like New Age, where you're just bringing in new people, and they should have never thrown Challengers on that name or on that team. But like, if you bring back Challengers of the Unknown, then you have to bring back the original team.
Yeah,
it would be like, like in Shadow Cabinet, if everybody that would have showed up if no one would have been familiar, that would have been, nobody would have liked that at all. I hope you're reading that, by the way.
I have not gotten to it yet, but I really need to. I don't even know who's writing that book.
Oh, damn it, I forget right now. Anyway, you gave your score, right, Brandon?
Yep, 8.5.
All right. For me, dude, guys, it's another watch-centric title, which I think is cool. Watchtower is so big, so this doesn't feel crowded whatsoever. The Challengers feeling a bit inadequate fits into the story well, though I feel like maybe somebody else should be having to handle the building maintenance. I don't know why they have to fix sewer shit.
It's not all of them. It's just Rocky.
Yeah, well, I mean, still, come on, man. Come on. Build a robot. Damn. There is a lot.
And I don't think it's the whole thing. It's just Orion's quarters. It's just Orion. He clogs the toilet a lot.
That dirty bastard.
Yep.
He's off doing his own thing right now. So it's not just another Watchtower-ish book, but it's also another mystery kind of book, and I think that's cool. There is a lot of unknown in the DC universe lately, and the damn stories are keeping me hooked across most of the titles. Good. This one is no different. I'm very interested. I think the art is good in most places. Though some stuff I'm not a fan of, like Mr. T saying, look, I'll be able to explain this better down the road, but the dark side anomalies, I mean, that seems like an odd choice of dialogue. At least to me it did. Is it self-set-up dialogue for him explaining it in the next issue, or is that like him saying in the nicest way possible, I really hope I figure this out?
That's
either way.
Campbell. I have this idea, but I don't know what it
Didn't
means.
sound like Mr. Terrific to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, those were minor. I'm sorry, Rob. What were you saying?
I said that's just Christopher Campbell saying, I have this idea, but I don't know what it means, so I'm just going to see where it goes as I write the story.
Oh no.
Which, come to think of it, that's basically how he wrote Iron Man.
Yeah.
Oh,
We-
God. See, that's exactly what I think Tom King did to Batman. That is not good.
No, it's not the same level. Trust you
Yeah,
You did not read Iron Man, did
Go
you?
through the Korvac saga.
Yeah, we
No.
went from Iron Man facing off against potential espionage-laden villain to 13 issues later, he's a space god.
Yeah. Oh my God. I can't.
What the fuck? It's
And
like-
that was one story arc. Like, that was just
Yeah.
ongoing.
Makes you want to flip back through the last 13 issues looking for Bugs Bunny with the carrot going. I think I took a left turn in Albuquerque.
That was like the first, and I think pretty much the majority of the story was focused on. I mean, it started with Korvac and then built upwards towards whatever the fuck it became.
Yeah.
The whole run
I
was only like 24
never
issues.
got like much far past that. I gave up.
Like, Space God Iron Man.
Yes.
Well, that settles it. At least Batman in the Metron chair was cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like the things I was talking about, mostly minor complaints. There's really just one thing that really bugs me. Nobody, not even Ted Cord, is talking about Booster Gold. And a big part of this issue was people talking about Darkseid disappearing. Nobody gives a flying fuck about Booster. I am so telling him when he gets back. 8 out of 10.
It's a case of like Mr. Terrific turned to Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman once Booster never came back. They're like, we can't tell anybody.
Oh my god.
We
I know.
lost Booster. He's on vacation. All right, that's what we're gonna go with.
Right?
Yeah.
Like we're gonna wait until we absolutely have to tell everybody that Booster is gone before we tell them that Booster is gone. Well, when will we have to tell them? If morale ever gets that low, we can share the good news.
Hey everybody, we found Booster. Booster was gone. What? Yay!
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Or Booster's busy for a while now, guys.
Yeah.
It's sad. He's separated from Skeets and everything. Nobody cares.
Secret.
Nobody's telling us what's happening to him.
They got more important things to
We
do.
sent Booster to get some milk.
Could be having to live in a alley behind a Starbucks in a dark side planet. That doesn't sound like fun at all. But yeah, 8 out of 10 for that one.
Yeah.
Oh. And all right, thank God. I don't have a great transition, but thank God Brandon's covering this next book.
This
Thank
Challengers
God.
of the Unknown
What?
feels like it could be a very Titanic story.
Except wait, what? I'm not covering this one.
No, yeah, it's NewGods. That's why I said thank Gods.
Wait, but that's not the order I have.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's not the order. It's Titans next, then NewGods.
Oh, my bad. All right, well then, never mind. Titanic. All right,
Wrote it
my bad. I fucked up. I don't even know why they let me out in public anymore. Titans number 18, written by John Layman, arts and colors inside and out from Pete Woods with Wes Abbott lettering. The Titans have moved to New York City and into the Titan tunnels, as Roy refers to it, a huge underground complex that is below a former Titans tower, though we're not told what one. The Flinders twins just happen to show up in New York City, Mammoth and Shimmer, and they are causing some hell there, and Shimmer's losing her mind, thinking that the Titans won't stop attacking her over and over and over again, and that's freaking Mammoth out. While dealing with Donna being the leader, Dick having some habits of acting like the leader, and Raven's empathy being so supercharged that she's got to yell at everybody to chill out, Clock King's new power set is letting him loop Shimmer's losses to the Titans over and over again, and that's what she's experiencing. She's literally reliving every single time they kicked her ass. Hilarious. Donna promises that Mammoth I shouldn't be laughing at that, but it's fucking funny. Donna promises Mammoth that they'll help Shimmer, but he doesn't believe them, vowing to be back to get his sister. At the wrap up, we see Deathstroke burned badly on his face, talking, letting us know that was also that they could get Mammoth on Deathstroke's new team, a team he admits that takes its name from a fake Justice League, and he's using it as his own now, the Crime Syndicate. Hell yeah.
What a
oh man, I hope that means that Earth 3 characters are just gone now. That would be the best holiday present I've ever received. Yeah, so the issue. Starfire with her hair braided, that looks cool as hell. And as far as the story goes, this is definitely interesting, but at the same time, this issue makes me a little worried that in Donna's quest to show that the Titans can handle their own, it'll lead to the Titans not being able to handle their own, which is seriously the opposite of what I think pretty much all Titan fans want at this point, and definitely opposite of being their Premier League level team that they've been touted to be for the last year. I really enjoyed it, but at the same time it makes me nervous, and likely involving Raven's powers getting out of control. So I guess what I'm saying here is that I am really into this setup, but it's laden with pitfalls and traps it can fall into that will feel like the same old treatment plan for the Titans over and over again. I really like the art and colors, except where I don't. Makes sense, right? Mostly in some actions and faces that didn't sit right with me a bit, but for the most part, altogether, it looks really good, especially the characters. I will give this a 7.25 out of 10 because it is giving me Titanic anxiety.
I feel like everybody forgets that run of Titans where Donna was the leader. I don't remember if it was pre-New 52 or during New 52. I don't remember, but like Kyle had come back on the team. Miss Martian was there.
Post 52.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I figured it was like right before Rebirth or something, wasn't it?
After. No. This was the Rebirth team. Was it to like 20 issues, and then after Justice League No Justice, they reformed, and that's when it was the Donna. Well, originally Donna and Nightwing led team, but then all this stuff happened with Nightwing that we do not speak of, and that's when Donna kind of took the charge, and then Kyle joined like the last 4 issues.
Yeah, and that it was very interesting, and I felt it could have worked, but I feel like everybody forgets that Donna already has experience leading a team.
Yes, several times, actually.
Yeah. And now they're writing, like, I like John Layman writing, but this just feels like forced drama.
Yeah.
Like, I get
worrisome
the
in a way.
Yeah. I get
it could be good, but this also feels like this is going to be something I saw on the CW for like the 12th fucking time.
God, yeah. I like the aspect of Dick like slipping up, and like shouting out leader stuff, and like, oh, sorry, force of habit. Like that's fine. Like that's kind of funny. Yeah, yep. I get that. It's like, sorry, I'm just still used to it. But makes Donna sense. Should not only have more respect of her teammates, but also have a lot better experience leading the team.
Yeah.
But here we are.
She's done it before.
Another thing, I mentioned this in our chat, but I'll be honest, I might have missed it if you mentioned it during your review, Josh, but Deathstroke's supposed to be dead.
or at the very least in extreme pain under Justice League Watch.
Well, that's
don't
why his face was burned.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's better now. He's just ugly.
I guess we'll see how the hell he escaped. But
And the worst part is that it's not the side with the eye patch that got burnt. Now he ain't got a good side to his face at all.
From the end of Dark Crisis, they had him under pretty strict lock and key, so I don't know how the hell he escaped.
No, but he was a corpse.
Well, I don't think they ever showed him dying. It was just he was in that like hyperbaric tank or whatever the hell it was, and then someone turned off his
He looked like he was dead.
Looked like he was dying.
Yeah, wasting away, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because his healing factor is gone.
Oh, okay. So I wonder if he's got it back.
Oh, that's the question.
Or hold the fuck up.
Where is it?
Because they hold the phone, but what if this is not Slade?
What? Who would it be?
What if it is Joseph?
Ooh.
Well, I remember speculating that the Deathstroke that we saw in the last issue could be a different Deathstroke. So, could be that someone is impersonating Slade. I like.
Yeah. I think we lost Brandon.
That idea more than Slade.
You had a blip. You had a blip for a minute there.
All right, yeah, you had a blip. We didn't hear anything you just said for like the last 10 seconds.
Oh.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay.
It is.
Wait, hang on. I figured it out. I know who Deathstroke is.
Oh my God, is it that guy that used to go by Terminator?
Yes, it's you. I see the costume hanging on your wall behind you.
Oh, shit.
You rat bastard.
Whoa. Go inside comics.
What, do you not have that ability?
Oh. Am I the only one?
It's
yeah.
mainly saved for Canadians.
Now I just feel weird.
It's mainly saved for Canadians?
Yeah.
This is some bullshit.
You can do it too. You lived here for a bit. You're fine.
And I can't wait to finish that game, guys. I'm not going to go on about it, but you fire that thing up and it's just like you're that character living in Gotham City.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
What game?
Just wait.
Talking? Oh, the game you're making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh man,
that's gonna be exciting.
It's gonna. I'm excited. I've not been excited about anything like this in a long time. Awesome. It's just like the game is built. I've just got to do the GUI now.
Right on.
Built the AI, built the game, the whole 9 yards. It's awesome.
It's
built the GUI.
My comp sci teacher called it once.
What?
GUI.
The GUI.
Graphical user interface.
Actually. Yeah, and that's just going to be like a simple tabletop card game RPG like looking deal. But, yep, anything can happen, anything at all. Territory wars break out. You can do bank heists just out of nowhere. People that hate you because of that's lore, and the comic books can show up just to mess with you. There's over 100 characters. I said I wasn't going to talk a lot about it. All right. Now is it time for the NewGods?
Oh, we haven't finished giving our scores yet.
Oh, okay.
I don't think Brandon's even had a chance to talk about the book yet.
I think I just wanted to shut myself up. My bad.
I honestly didn't have much to say that you guys hadn't already said about the kind of forced melodrama, and I don't know. I mean, another thing was that like it also just feels like this book is not unnecessary, but like the run started very much as the Titans were kind of the new like official team for the DC universe, and now it just kind of feels like they're not. anymore.
Well,
They're not really
18
doing anything
issues,
important.
18 issues of that, starting from that, and never once getting to that.
Yeah,
I
so
feel like we're going to find out years later that this entire 18 issue run was written by James Tynion.
oh, you
Damn.
jokester, you.
Damn. I mean,
I just want that remembered if it ever comes to fruition.
I think we all deep down knew that was going to happen eventually. The Justice League was always going to come back eventually, and the Titans were always going to get pushed on the wayside again.
Right, but they definitely should have had at least one fucking adventure.
Yeah,
Where they were the
agree.
Justice League that wasn't them
they
having to
didn't
fight
really-
against Gar as a giant Starro.
Yeah, they didn't really have that opportunity. Their first big fucking mission, they had to fight one of their own team members, and then it ended with them like breaking the trust of the entire fucking planet.
Right.
Like, not great.
Right,
You guys
so,
are trying
I
to prove
mean-
yourselves as being able to take on the space left by the Justice League, and you immediately screw the pooch.
I'm not like trying to personally insult the members, but the idea of advertising them as such. Wow, are you guys sure I'm not coming across really loud?
Yeah,
No.
you're fine.
All right. Anyway,
You're too quiet now.
I am not.
Stop touching your dial, honestly. You were fine.
It's showing me reading up. Anyway, advertising them as the new Justice League, basically, and then never delivering is what I'm upset about.
Yeah.
18 issues
Yeah.
and never once getting there, and now the Justice League is back. So much so that the Titans and every other team are a little less than consequential.
Yeah.
So that,
just
to
a
me, that
very
that
weird
that
thing.
that was something that I mean, like, I'm not shitting on the team again, but the book doesn't feel like it serves a purpose other than to have them all doing something.
Yeah, it just didn't feel like it lived up to the promise that it kind of started with, and that's what feels odd now. Like, what exactly is the point of this book
Hopefully,
now that we
it's
have
to-
a Justice League back? You know, what exactly are the Titans? What, like, I feel like they need something more defined to do instead of, you know, fighting against the Clock King.
well,
much as I
maybe
love
it's not
Clock
just
King.
fighting against Clock King so much as it is. Maybe it's not just fighting against Clock King so much as it is. Maybe they'll be taking on a lot of these villains. Obviously,
Yeah.
there's plenty of them that are going to be out there that do have these changed, altered, or new powers, like Clock King, who definitely upped his game up.
Mhm.
So, I mean, hopefully that, I mean, if the book is going to keep going, it's going to do something at least somewhat big time related to the general happenings overall,
Yeah.
and not just be someplace to say, man, should we trust Rachel right now?
Right. I'm taking bets on who's the next team member to cause a ruckus.
Yeah.
Rachel will be. She's already
Rachel
losing her
already
shit.
did.
And she's going to do it again. She can't.
That's just-
She's having a hard time controlling her emotions
That's
because
just
of
lazy
being able to
writing.
absorb everybody else's so much.
She just needs everyone to be happy.
Right. That always works when you scream at them. It's like smacking your kid for hitting his brother. What?
Okay.
It's not gonna work.
All in all, I'm gonna give this a 6.5.
Ooh.
If
7
the
out of 10
whole,
for me.
the whole thing with Deathstroke gets revealed to be not Slade Wilson, I might get scored a little higher. But right now, I'm just kind of like, this doesn't feel right.
Or
Feels like it's
explained in a
rehashing
good
shit.
way.
Yeah.
I don't know. Even then, I'm just like, I know Slade has been kind of an arch enemy for the Titans for many a decade now, but this just feels like this guy just would have basically got himself back up to strength, and his first thing is like, I need to fucking take out these Titans. Like, dude, no.
Yeah, he's like, I am done fucking around. That is the last time somebody puts me in a tube. Like, they fucked up the other side of my face. It was the only good side of my face. Now what the fuck happens if I'm in a mugshot? This is absolutely horrible. Fuck those kids. Crime syndicate.
Right? Like
If
in Luke's
it's-
Back to Always Sunny, it's that episode where Charlie and Mac beat up those kids.
Right. Oh God. No, if Death, I love Deathstroke, so but I really don't think this is bias. It's if they bring back Slade and he's in this book for good reason, then fine. Undo the nonsense that Joshua Williamson did with Slade Wilson. I mean, we undid Garborg, or Garborg, or Cybeast, or whatever the fuck it is that they were going to call him. And we just all got to forget about that. So I think we can forget about Mohawk Deathstroke in the Tube of Death and just carry on. He's got a burned face from it. Let's get an explanation and move forward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still be down for it to be Joseph.
Now explain to me why he's wearing an eye patch and he's got half of a face burn.
Did we see him without his mask on?
Yeah, at the end.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. You see him he's got an eye patch and half of his face is burned up.
Oh, well.
Looking
I
all Freddy Krueger-like.
must have missed that. Or I forgot. So,
It
that
happens to me all the time, man.
kind of ruins my theory then.
Yeah, definitely not Joseph.
Well, shit. I'm going to go look at it again. I know I finished the issue. It's not a case
Could be
of
the
that.
other one.
I just forgot.
Who's the other one?
Oh, yeah, no, it's definitely Slade. Shit. Yeah. Oh, well. Oh, fucking well.
So there goes that. But it's still, that's all I'm going
Yeah.
for. I don't want Deathstroke to go anywhere anyway. I just want him to be handled right. And Mohawk Death Tube Deathstroke wasn't working for me.
All right. It's
I really did
justified
appreciate
6.5.
Deathstroke year one while all that was happening, let me tell you.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. All right. Is it time for something new?
Yep.
Let me check. I
Yep.
can't tell. I'm gonna pray to the gods.
Yep.
Yes.
They said yeah. They said yep. They said yep.
All right.
Yep.
Let's get some new gods, but not that quote from House of X.
Don't we
New
have
gods.
enough gods? Do we really need new ones?
Well, why not? Maybe they could be.
So you can
Good
pray to the
this
old
time.
gods and the new.
Well, the old gods
Like
weren't
in
really
France.
working, so it's time for some new ones.
Yeah.
I think that is the gist of this book and
Right.
life.
It's like gods live forever, but they don't work
Yeah.
forever. So
They kind of just sleep in your basement and don't pay rent.
it lasts for a millennia, and then we just kind of got to get new ones. Okay.
Funnily enough, there is a book by you know this book by Ram V that is literally about that. Like, what if a god got fired? What if the god of death got fired?
Ah, shit.
So
Yeah.
good.
The Many Deaths of Layla Starr. Check
So
it out.
Good.
I
So
didn't love it
fucking
in
good.
2020 when it came out, but I have found so much love for that book since then.
oh, that makes me so happy to hear. I thought
Yeah.
it was such a great book. Like
yeah.
like
It's,
most Ram V,
It
is
aged like fine wine.
yeah, and like most Ram V, it's a slow read, but collected, you'll breeze through it. It's so
Yeah.
good. God, I love
Yeah.
that shit.
Speaking of Ramvi and work that is great, The New Gods #1, a book I know I've been very excited for, and I think my co-hosts have also been excited for this book.
I have been
I
waiting
don't
to
see
see. I have like okay, so New Gods are kind of iffy for me because the way that they are usually represented, which is like wooden. Let's not stray far from Kirby. Very very boxy templates, and I was excited to see if we were gonna get something new from this creative team.
Well, it does have new on the cover, so
The New Gods.
yeah.
That's the base characters. The New Gods are. Never mind, Rob. Carry on.
You said that
B.
we're
Randy.
gonna get something new, and like, yeah, we already. This is new right there on the cover. It's in the fucking title. It's new.
Literally.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know you said you want to maybe get away from Kirby, but I do like that this is just called The New Gods, like the classic one from 1971. Not 2021.
Nice.
Jack Kirby died many years ago. I'm getting off topic. This is The New Gods #1, written by Mr. Ramvi with art from Evan Cagle and Jorge Fornes, colors from Francesco Segala, and letters from Tom Napolitano. This one is going to be pretty brief, just because, I mean, it's a lot of setup in this issue, but it's very well done. Basically, Metron reveals a prophecy that could spell the end of New Genesis, so Highfather tasks Orion with the brutal task of killing the child at the center of the prophecy. But Orion, not being a complete psychopath, is racked with guilt, so he goes to Mr. Miracle and asks Scott to help the child escape as Orion hunts for him. Scott protests because, he's raising a child and he's got a life on Earth and does not have time to entertain Orion's crazy shit.
Right, he's like, dude,
but
I just had to clean
I just had a
up
baby
dried
pee
orange
all
poop.
over me, which I found hilarious because
all the way
just
up
as
their
we-
back.
just as we were starting the show, Rob had a story very similar. And I'm like, oh my god. Like,
What can stop the
Does-
warrior of
does art
worlds?
imitate
Baby
life, or does
poo.
life imitate art?
All I can say is when I read that page of Scott dealing with that, I'm like, I fucking
Life.
feel that.
Oh,
I've had those days.
Right.
you
Right.
had one of those days today, apparently.
Yeah.
But thankfully, you're not being asked to ditch all of that and go protect some random child. So,
Yes. Thank God, it's hard enough taking the
silver
bus.
lining. Yeah. Anyway, so Orion gives Scott an ultimatum. Orion says he's going to go after the child in 7 days, but asks if Scott can live with this on his conscience without, doing something to protect the child. And Scott basically just kind of has to think about it a little bit more. We cut over to India, where a family is being hunted by soldiers of a man named Mr. Lord. I wonder who that could be. When one of them manages to kill the father, the child named Kamal awakens, signaling the beginning of Metron's prophecy. And that's
Dun,
where our
dun,
issue
dun.
ends. What a setup.
Man.
New Gods #1 is #1. I don't even know what else to say. This book fucking rocks. It's awesome. Like, right from the jump, where we have Metron at the source wall about to receive a prophecy, I was like, oh yeah, this is the shit. And it's funny that, again, I want a book that strays away from Kirby, because I feel like this operatic, crazy opening is very much in line with "And There Came a Day When the Old Gods Died," which is exactly
Yeah.
how the series started. So
Yep.
all I'm saying is, it may be doing its own thing, but it's clearly drawing inspiration from the original series.
Yeah, it's a perfect blend of both.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this issue is awesome. Awesome art. I fucking love the way Orion looks in this. There were many
Yes.
panels in this that could qualify for my favorite moment of the week, but I won't spoil it. So easiest 9. Fuck it. I'm gonna say 9.25 out of 10. I've given a book in quite some time.
Right on. I can wholeheartedly agree. The art was fantastic. The story was deep and engaging. I don't have the same history with Jack Kirby's New Gods as you do, but it definitely has some really cool vibes to it. And
They didn't speak all wooden. That's all I need to be sold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely had some modern dialogue to it, which was nice. It was really nice to see. I was worried Highfather was going to be all high and mighty, but no, he's a little more grounded.
A little more mellow.
Yeah.
Kills it, baby. This is the mellow opposite.
I'm just really excited to see what could come out of this book.
Yeah.
Newnew.
The first issue being kill a child, did not see that coming. So
Kills it, baby.
I can't wait to see what issue 2 has in store. So
And
yeah.
her dog.
Also, I cannot remember the last time someone has made reference to the fact that Orion's true face resembles that of Darkseid.
Yeah.
Feels like
You
it's
know
never brought
what,
up
dude?
enough, but
I don't remember, and I mean, like, I'm old, and I've been reading comics a long fucking time, and I don't
we
remember
know.
the last. Shut your
I'm kidding.
face.
I'm kidding. Kidding. Little known, Josh was old when the new gods were, in fact, new characters.
Right? They just called the new gods. You know, it was right before that. It was just gods.
Gods.
Yeah.
Just gods.
Yeah.
Oh god, that made my fucking cheeks hurt. Oh man, that was good.
But sorry, you were saying?
I don't remember what was I saying.
Well, I mentioned something about Orion's true face.
Oh yes, right. Yeah, I don't remember the last time. I don't remember the last time I see it. That I saw it. I know that it's a thing, but it's been so long since I've seen it. Like I did a double take for a second when I saw it on the panel.
Yeah.
When was the last time we saw that?
I feel like I can't even remember. Maybe in Final Crisis, but
I don't
Actually,
even
no, that
remember
would
that
make
in
sense.
Final Crisis.
Orion
I've gotta
died.
say
Beginning of Final Crisis. What am I saying?
it's gotta be when Jack Kirby was doing it. At least that's what the discussion I was seeing online was saying, that
Maybe, yeah.
like the original series is maybe the last time it was really shown.
Certainly, that's the last time I've seen it called attention to in like a significant way.
Yeah.
It was like, I use the mother box to disguise my face because I am ashamed, because I am of two worlds. And this book is written by Jack Kirby, so it's very dramatic and also kind of weird.
I mean, y'all both get. Rob, you gave your score, right?
No, I haven't even talked about it yet.
Oh, weird. All right. Anyway,
Wait, how? I don't remember. Did I give my score? I don't think I did. No, I wasn't. I was talking about the book. I didn't get to finish talking about the book. Yeah.
This setup was so fucking spectacular. I was hooked in like 5 pages.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, a new god. First and foremost, until we have an identity for this child, it shall henceforth be known as Newnew. But like Brandon said multiple times, just doing the review, what a spectacular setup. What a badass story. I'm freaking sold. 9.25 out of 10. And the art is awesome too. And I mean, that's just icing on the cake, for lack of a better word. It's just, the story is so good and it's so easy to look at. 9.25
may sound weird,
out of 10.
but props to Evan Cagle for not going the. I mean, I always admire when artists will do a tribute to like the Kirby boxy style.
No.
But props to Evan Cagle for not doing that.
Yes.
It's like, I'm gonna do my own interpretations of it, and you're just gonna get on board. And I was like,
Yep.
hell yeah.
Do you remember that issue where we saw them drawn a bunch of different ways, but there was one issue where they drew Barda looking like normal? Not like, big squarish
what issue
Barda
of what?
in Birds of Prey. I can't remember when they were switching through those pocket dimensions. I can't remember, but that is how I wish that they would draw her, instead of drawing her like Kirby. It doesn't have to be a square.
I mean, I will always love that design. So I don't
have a problem
as
with
much
it.
as
It's
you,
just,
but-
like updated a little bit
Mhm.
to be less square.
Don't update it too much.
But
I don't
don't
want the
you know?
costume.
Not too much. No, not too much. I don't want it to be Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern suit. I want,
Yeah.
just
Wow.
just it to not be square.
But don't you know it's hip to be square?
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's how you end up with Huey Lewis as a friend. Anyway, yeah, but totally 9.25 out of 10, easy and all day long.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a 9. It's a very solid setup. I can't wait to see what happens. And I'm curious if we're ever going to get a follow-up to what Grant Morrison wrote when he said, Light Ray is.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to
Probably
be
not,
forgotten.
unfortunately.
Much like that time in that Justice League book, Justice League Incarnate, when Orion became the new leader of the Armies of Apocalypse. That is
Right.
also forgotten.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
remembering all these
Well,
Gods
it wasn't
plot threads of
forgotten.
the past 5 years, and they
The
just
shit
been
was
left
just
behind.
handled internally.
Right.
Right. Then the
He-
fact that
he
they're
got a
not a
memo.
publicly traded company, they didn't have to disclose that information to the general
Well,
public.
I think that's bullshit. Somebody call Luigi.
Oh my god. Oh Christ, that'll be it. We're not
getting
gonna be allowed
canceled.
on the internet anymore. Call Luigi. It's a me. Wait, no, it's not. It's a him.
Yeah, you don't want to say you're him because
Who's
yeah.
him?
What's that? The FBI's at your door?
That's not good. You don't want that kind of action. Bang.
Boom.
Bada bang.
Bada boom. Action.
Brandon, did
comics.
you did you learn the blue
Oh.
scales yet?
Yes, I learned the blue scales. Thank you.
Oh yes. Okay, now before we get into action, I want to hear him real quick.
Oh, I don't think you will, because I am not good at it. But I'll send you a video later. How about that?
Ah, okay. I suppose that'll do. Okay, action.
Action. This is Action Comics number 1080. 1,080 issues of Action Comics. Only 2 volumes. Listen up, Marvel. They only relaunched once.
And they said sorry for that.
Yeah. they probably
Never
changed that
did it
back
again.
only a few years later. They will
Yeah.
never do it again. Right, this is Action Comics Weekly, quote unquote, number 11. All right, so the Zoners have escaped. This is just a little recap. Superman and family have rounded up all the ones they can on Earth, and they've tasked with going across the universe now and rounding up who they can, splitting up into various groups. Superman and Mon-El are going after Raz Krom, kind of the only sorcerer on Krypton. They find him on the planet Grenda, and they make some work of him on New Thanagar. Power Girl and Metamorpho are dealing with Feora, and it was a bit of a tussle between the two, but they were luckily able to get the upper hand on Feora. Let me jump to the next one. Keenan and Connor in space are now on planet Lupra, rounding up
do it
a
again,
whole
do it again,
bunch.
do it again.
No, that was off the cuff and not good. That pair are taking on some kind of pyrokinetics on the planet Lupra, but they have the help of the Kundian war fleets commanded by
Arr.
Over Admiral Cooperboy. Yep,
Fucking love that.
Fucking love that, yeah. So they are able to take care of those people. On New Korugar, Professor Vac Cox, who is a biophysicist and monster maker, is taken down by John Kent and Aquaman, who is able to talk down some sea creatures the guy created, and they take him out. And then on the planet Bral, Superman is tussling with Jax one of the worst offenders of Krypton ever made. And he is the one with the gold isotope kryptonite. But Mon-El is able to block a baseball throw from Jax throwing the gold kryptonite at Superman. So that gold kryptonite is out of commission right now. But it did damage Mon-El's power couplings, or whatever they're called, these circuitry. So his zone protection is starting to fade a little bit more.
A lot more.
Yeah. Supergirl, meanwhile, has entered the bottle city of Kandor to try and plead with the Kandorians to help the super family deal with the Zoner invasion of the universe. And they just basically said,
not our problem.
Yep, and then Supergirl left. And then finally on Ran, a few more Zoners are basking in the three sons of Ran with apparently triple the power, and then get stopped by Zadu, the Phantom King, who has escaped now and claims that he is the only one who will kill Kal-El. Next issue is apparently Endgame, so it might just be the last part. We'll have to see.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. And in our backup with Supergirl, written by Mariko Tamaki with art from Skylar Patridge, colors from Marisa Louise, and letters from Becca Carey. And just dawned on me, I did not give the credits for the first story, did I? I just jumped right into it.
Mark Waid and Co.
Yeah, I'll loop back around and do that after. Supergirl has fused herself with the mysterious alien being, also with the help of Paige, aka Power Girl, from a mental connection galaxies away. The trio are now sharing a body in a very cool looking outfit, and now they're going to fight the alien's brother. And it's a hard-fought battle, but between the three of them, they are able to get the upper hand, at least for a bit, until they get blasted by a sword and are, ripped asunder from each other. But then Supergirl gives a little brief speech about you cannot escape him, but you are one and the same. So with that, you are able to control him. And with that, she absorbs him into her own body, preventing him from doing anything else. And that's where that story ends. Just a quick rundown of the main story. It was written by Mark Waid with art from Clayton Henry, colors from Matt Herms, and letters from Dave Sharp, with the cover from Clayton Henry and Toma Mori. Yeah. So week 11, I'm just still in awe about this entire story arc. It's been fun, it's been interesting, and this issue was no different. Really enjoying this, that it's been paced so well, even though it's been 11 parts. It's fucking wild, and this was no different. It was just a little go around of them capturing escaped zoners across the universe. Basically what happened last issue, but in outer space. And end of the day, like, realistically, you think about it, like, it's just a story told of different members of the family capturing different villains, and that's all that happened. It doesn't sound like much, but there was a little bit more substance in it than you'd think. Even down to Clark and Mon-El having that serious discussion about how Mon-El feels about everything, and how he was just kind of left behind, and how he was supposed to be the hero and he got the shit end of the stick. Yeah, there's just so much to this issue. It was really good stuff, especially the stuff with Connor and Keenan. Or Admiral Cooper Boy. I will never not love that. Yeah. Stuff with Supergirl at the back. I was really hoping there was going to be a lot more to this mysterious alien, in terms of like an identity. It's part 11. We still have no clue realistically why Supergirl was the only one that could do this. Um, Clearly, there's some kind of connection, but I think it's still kind of vague as to what that connection is or why they have that connection. It's kind of weird, but hopefully next issue will kind of resolve all of those plot threads and give us like a solid explanation as to why Kara was the only one that could go on the mission. So overall, I'm going to give the issue 8.5. Do y'all remember what it gave the Newgods? Because I think it was a 9, wasn't it?
I think
I forgot to write it down. So.
Pretty sure it was a 9. For Action Comics, man, and all the hubbub, I completely forgot about Zadu. If that was the intention, well done. I didn't see it coming. Action Comics popped the whole universe open to Kryptonians, and I like it. The way they did it made sense, makes for a great story. I'm glad Wade is back on top of his game. It's where he deserves to be. The art is good and consistent across the board in every single issue. Colors always on spot on, and just really digging the main part of the story. And as far as the Supergirl story goes, Tamaki is spot on again, like every single time. It's an interesting development, them being, I guess, self-siblings. Weird, but works. It opens up an interesting thought. Does that mean that they both were or weren't together the whole time? Are they just merging now? Like, ugh, I can't wait till next week. I need to know. The whole book continues to be great, really great. Patridge's art, excuse me, here is as good as ever, and Tamaki definitely knows every inch of this story before she even began to pen it. You can tell. 8.5 out of 10. I loved it.
Nice. Yeah, I'm shocked that this is the penultimate issue of the Phantoms arc. It's almost kind of sad, but
Yeah.
it continues to be exciting. And I want to see how they bring it all home in the next issue. So 8.25 out of 10 for me.
Right on.
Right on.
All right, it's been a long road, but we are here at the top 3 and favorite moment of the week.
What you got, Brandon?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Let's see. Number 3, I have. Let me pull up my list.
Okay.
Number 3, I had TheQuestion, All Along the Watchtower. Number 2, I gave to Nightwing, number 121. But number 1 this week has to go to TheNewGods. Just incredible. Such a stellar first issue. And there were so many moments that I wish I could pick from TheNewGods as my favorite. But honestly, it has to be the summons that Orion, or the summons that Highfather sends to Orion. And it's he's standing in a sea of parademons, and it's just like a giant Orion in the background. It looks so sick. That whole page, honestly, like, it's just great.
Yeah, it was really cool. Josh,
Yo.
you're up.
Excuse me while I'm playing. Okay. Top 3. My third place is going to TheQuestion. Second place is hitting Action Comics, and first place is NewGods. Unequivocally, that just rocked. My favorite moment is in the Watchtower with Animal Man about the Eradicator, where he says, and I know this is cheap, but worst Green Lantern ever.
You met Guy Gardner?
Guess you haven't met Guy Gardner?
All right, for me, our top 3s are very similar in a way, except for me, NewGods is going to be at number 3. With TheQuestion at number 2, and for me, number 1 is Challengers of the Unknown. I wish you guys liked it a little bit more. Yeah, but for me, I'm struggling to figure out which panel I want to pick because I got a few different ones. But I think the one I'm going to pick will be from Challengers. Just one of the opening shots of having the original team sitting together at that table and just chatting amongst themselves. Just like, okay, feels good. Feels like they're back. Feels like
Back
home
again.
in a way, right?
Again.
It's just really nice to see. Yeah.
That is really cool.
It is.
Feels like it's been forever.
Yeah.
It does. Definitely does.
Yeah. God, I'm so happy this book is back. 2 awesome number 1s this week, I gotta say.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yep. Hopefully, we'll get an awesome number 1 next week.
With Metamorpho.
I almost said the Elephant Man.
The elephant. I mean,
I am a human being.
no, you're not.
Shout out to any Elephant fans out there.
Elephant Man fans.
Yes.
Elephant
Love
fans.
David Lynch.
Pre-David Lynch. Next week we've got Detective Comics 1092, Absolute Wonder Woman 3, Superman 21, Action Comics 1081, Justice League Unlimited number 2, Green Arrow 19, The Flash 16, and again Metamorpho the Element Man number 1. Blah. We've also
You're telling me the Elephant Man could have changed his face back this whole time?
I mean, I guess kind of self-deprecation is a thing, huh? We've also got Batman The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween number 4, Batman Gargoyle of Gotham 3, Harley Quinn 46, Batman Brave and the Bold 20, The Nice House by the Sea number 5, Green Lantern Dark number 2, or as I guess it's also being called on the internet, Tangent Green Lantern Volume 2 number 2.
Hell yeah.
Black Canary, Best of the Best number 2, Power Girl 16, DC Horror Presents number 3, and Batman Santa Claus Silent Night Returns number 5. 2 that I've got on my list that are coming out next week, and it's your chance to run out and get the loved ones you want for the holidays. Batman Battle for the Cowl, the complete collection trade paperback. It's got Battle for the Cowl 1 through 3, Oracle the Cure 1 through 3, Death's Dark Knight, every single one shot, and a Secret 6 issue. Plus, the Deathstroke by Marv Wolfman omnibus is coming out. You should grab that up too.
Didn't realize they were doing an omnibus.
I didn't realize there was so many parts of Battle for the Cowl. I only read 3 issues, and that was it.
That's where you follow that whole I don't get into tie-ins. You get
No,
Battle for the Cowl,
no.
Oracle the Cure, Azrael, Death's Dark Knight, Secret 6 number 9, a whole bunch of one-shots, and definitely worth $40.
I mean, you know I follow tie-ins. I just literally had no clue there were tie-ins.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
Like,
I
back
enjoyed
when
all
that
of
book
these series.
was happening, I swear they did not do a good job advertising that.
Battle for the Cowl? Maybe
I
it was
think
maybe it was just
like,
your LCS man.
Advertising Battle for the
was like-
Cowl, but not advertising the tie-in.
oh well, I mean it was set up like crazy in my local comic shop.
Yeah, no. My LCS used to never really go all in on shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what you want, it's here on the rack. Buy it if you want, or don't. I don't care.
Or don't. I don't care.
Or don't.
You make it fail.
All right, everybody. Well, I guess that is it. Thank you so much for watching and or listening. We will be back next week covering all of DC's weekly releases. Same geek time, same geek channel, and that is the show. We're getting out of here, so you have to as well. Be careful out there, and remember, in the Geek Matrix, everybody has a home. In the Geek Matrix, you are not alone.
Peace.